All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting TCL matchup. We've got Team Control versus Trolls R Us. What do you think, Abarn?
Well, I got to tell you, I'm really excited for this match here. Team Blood, the 0 and 2 team, one of the highest ranked teams by average rank. They came out and took a couple hard losses here, and I know that they're coming back ready to fight here. Team Control, and I think anyone who's watched the stream and seen me streaming this has kind of been aware of some of my feelings of Team Control's gameplay. They kind of sit there and they pick tanks, and Control doesn't really do anything in mid lane, and he picks a scaling champ, and they just hope to win by doing that. The really unique thing here is that you've got Blood, who is this really, really strong split pusher. He'll actually be able to beat up on Tokimon Panda. We'll see what happens between Espen and Titanium Skull. Tiny Rick right here, obviously, he's going to look to not feed and play some kind of wave clear mages. And then bot lane, I'm actually curious on your opinion, Droid. We've got Toasty TG and Spirit of Fate, who are pretty even level. We've got Chaos Storm, who I believe is a Gold 4 player, but Monkey, who is the highest ranked player in this league. He's a Diamond 2 support main, and he's incredible. And so what do you think happens in this bot lane here?
Yeah, I know Toasty TG has kind of popped off in a couple of games, but I do have to give the edge to Chaos Storm and Monkey, just kind of based on the Monkey controlling the lane in that bot lane there. Also, they tend to be preferring the Lulu, which, I mean, what a champ, right?
That's funny. I didn't even consider it. Lulu is actually going to be pick or ban this series.
Yeah.
I think both teams. So right here, we're seeing with Blood's team on red side, both of them play Lulu. I think that they have to ban the Lulu away from Monkey. I think they'd first pick it.
I don't think they're going to have the foresight to do that. However, I do kind of agree with your analysis there that it would be a good ban. I think that Team Control is just going to pick that up first pick, no problem.
I'd like to see in Twitch chat here a vote. Who do we think is going to win this game? I'm going to put my money on Control here. I think we're going to see Blood at 0 and 3, and it's not just because that would make me so happy, but I honestly think that Control's team is going to be really hard to beat. Droid, what do you think?
I'd have to agree with that. I don't think that Blood's team has the tools to attack Control in the mid lane, so they should be able to just scale up and have Control do the most damage in the game, and that'll be that.
Yeah, well, I think so. Here's what's funny. If you are Blood's team, and we're actually in Champion Select right now, if you are Blood's team, you pretty much exclusively have to ban this Shen, because if you've been paying attention to Control's team, every single time they're on blue side, I believe they've gotten Shen and they've first picked it. And by the way, that's like, not only is that his best champion, but he's actually making a pretty significant impact.
Yeah, does Tokimon play Shen at all? I don't remember.
Tokimon does. No, Tokimon's been playing Shen almost. Tokimon has first pick Shen in almost every single blue side game, if not every single blue side game that they played.
I was thinking of the last game where Blood played Shen, and the game took like 45 minutes.
Yeah, it turns out when your top player isn't actually doing significant damage, games are going to be a little bit hard to carry out.
Yeah, that does pose a little bit of a problem when you're trying to carry through top lane, yet the meta of this tournament kind of determines that you need to pick Shen.
By the way, I would implore anybody watching this stream to check out the meta-analysis that Bovie, Lost in the Sauce, put together. Not only did he do an incredible job, but he actually showed some of the pretty amazing stats that we've seen around picks, bans, presence percentage. Specifically right here that Sejuani has been the most picked champion in this tournament. Both Espen and Titanium Skull play that pick, and so we're definitely going to see that come up in most of these games. Beyond that, Caitlyn actually has, I believe, 100% pick or presence right now.
So, actually, Team Control bans Lulu. Interesting. They must have
that tells me
something
they're
else in
looking
mind.
for. Well, I think they have the Shen in mind, but if you're Blood's team, I think you need to get rid of the Shen as this third ban here. I think they know that they have to first pick that Shen. Wow,
Okay,
they take
so
out
they're going to
Morgana.
first pick the Shen then. I just want to know, am I going to
He's
see
done it every other
another
time.
Sejuani v Zach matchup in the jungle?
I think you are. Now, I will tell you,
No.
Espen, if you look at Espen's OPGG, he has been playing the Trundle. And I've been saying this for a long time. Like you're, oh, he's going to hover. Yeah, he's not gonna
he's
do
going
it.
to pick the Shen.
Not a chance that he picks that Teemo. I'm going to wait with bated breath. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
He's in on it. He's in on it. Yeah,
Now,
so it's one of these things, like some of these, especially people who haven't done picks and bans before, they assume that they have to be getting rid of things exclusively by way of pick or ban, as opposed to picking something that's a really strong counter. And so, like with the Sejuani, like you don't really have to pick or ban it. Just learn Trundle or learn something that can beat her early game.
Or you can just pick Sejuani.
Big surprise. Or you can just pick Sejuani. Yeah. Well, T-Skull, we'll see if he whips out the Trundle. I would like to see
seen him on the Trundle before. However, we haven't seen it this tournament, so I'm not sure what we're going to see from him.
So we immediately lock in. I think right here we're going to lock in the support pick for Spirit of Fate. I believe it's going to be Karma. Wow! He just locks in the Aatrox. That's So that's interesting. I mean, he already knew the matchup.
There we go. We
so
see the Trundle. We see someone finally pulling out the Sejuani counter. Sejuani's been picked in like every single game, and I don't think anyone's picked up the Trundle yet.
You have to do it. It means you don't have to ban it. Okay, so I do think we're going to see the Spirit of Fate Karma next. He has been playing a little bit of Zillion. He actually just played it in a flex game right before this match. So it's possible. They could also pick ADC for Toasty if he's looking for that. I guess the Ashe is probably up for him.
I think if you want the Ashe, you have to pick it here. Otherwise, it's going to get banned.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a support.
Oh, never mind. That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
This is a tiny Rick champion here. Yeah. His other mid champions got quite a small pool there, so he's been playing the Ziggs just about every single game.
Now he did. If you look at his OPGG, he did go for the Nocturne mid in one of his recent games.
I've also seen the Quinn mid in his OP.GG. I'm not sure if I want to see that or.
So when I was going against that, I thought their secret strat was to bait me into picking Irelia, and then he would play the Quinn mid against me, and so I prepared something else. And then Blood ended up banning Irelia Akali every single game against me.
People really don't want you to play the Akali. I just.
Dude, the Irelia is higher ban. The Irelia is higher than the Akali.
Well, that's
I want to play the Akali. I know.
Okay, we see the Aphelios ban.
Aphelios ban. I'd like to see.
Champ just does too much damage once it gets going.
And we're getting the two mid lane bans on probably Control's two strongest picks. His Victor's insane. He is a LeBlanc main. This last ban. It could be the Karma just because Spirit of Fate has been playing it so much. It also could be the Ashe. I haven't seen. Yeah, okay, that's the Ashe there.
If you ban the Karma, there's a couple of different picks that Spirit of Fate can go, so I'm not sure you're gaining too much by banning the Karma.
He would just whip out the Zillion. You know, they played Varus Zillion in their last flex game.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
It is possible that they were trying to throw these guys off, and that's why they picked it. Okay, so that's going to be the Xayah. I now at this point I don't know what we're going to see out of Spirit. I really hope it's not a Karma because that is not a synergistic bot lane.
No, I don't think he plays the Rakan, so we won't be seeing the Xayah Rakan duo. Could it be a Lux? A little light binding into feathers.
Yep. Yeah, let's see what he's got going here. Oh, by the way, he's also been spamming the Shen support. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get it out of here. I think we're going to see that out of him game 2.
So this is a lot of speed from Team Control here. I know Monkey is one of his main champs is the Karma here. That paired with the Sivir can be kind of scary.
Oh, he's going to take the Karma away from Spirit. I really like that if that's what he ends up doing. Yeah, he plays a really, really good Karma. Honestly, I think we might see the Zillion coming out after that. That could be my guess. He's also been playing a little bit of Thresh, and this would honestly be a pretty good Thresh game. Oh, he's going to go for the Janna. That makes sense.
Nice
See, the only problem
lane
with Janna, it's a safe lane, but it doesn't it doesn't synergize with Toasty whatsoever with the Xayah pick here.
It really doesn't.
No, it's a really bad lane because the problem is like Zaya's entire laning pattern is what she looks for is people who can land that quick like root CC. She double throws the Q in, she auto attacks once, and she presses E and pulls it back, and it gets that automatic stun. It's a really, really strong laning pattern. It works really well with Rakan, who's going to hit his W. It works really well with Nautilus and in any of those other like high CC picks. Janet doesn't really do any of that. Really, the only thing that Janet does is shields, and then Zaya just runs forward at them and hits them with auto attacks. That's pretty much it.
Right, I guess the only kind of synergy you have with Zaya and Janna is that they both kind of do well kiting backwards. But beyond that, they aren't really going to help each other too much.
And maybe that's fine. Again, you've got the Sejuani, you know, the Zig slows, you've got the Sejuani CC, you've got the Aatrox flank. Like, you're going to be able to do fine in team fights. I just think the thing that kind of scares me is that when you're against Monkey, who is as good as he is, and who can just abuse these bot lanes, I feel like you'd want to pick the thing that gives you the highest laning success and kind of say screw it to the rest of the game. That would be my personal opinion, but again, they've probably been putting this pick and ban together and has gone and theorized all of this. So maybe I'm crazy. I got most of this pick and ban wrong, to be honest. I expected very different things. So
well, the other thing you have to keep in mind is maybe they're just going to sack this bot lane completely and try and play through blood on this Aatrox. If Sejuani's vertically jungling on the top side, maybe you need the Janna to stay alive.
Yeah, that's possible. That's a good point. Well, so Blood also, he told me, I kind of expected to see the Aatrox out of him at some point. He's played it a little bit. He sent me a message the other day, and he says, wait, why haven't I been playing Aatrox? What am I doing? And so, yeah, I kind of saw this coming. I kind of expected it. It's highly possible that his whole point was he wanted to pick a Shen counter because he knew Tokimon was going to play it, and that's why they left it up. Right. Same going along with the whole Trundle Sejuani thing. So that's kind of where my head's at. I hope he put this much thought into it. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, I guess you can counterpick Shen all you want, but he's still gonna be able to ult on your AD carry in the middle of a team fight, or ult on this Cassiopeia when you're getting chased down. So,
well, so what I will say is the reason why Aatrox is a bit of a Shen counter is because all 3 points of his Q
at least you can
apply a knockup.
Yeah.
Correct, and he's probably better than almost any other champ at stopping it because he's got that long range Q for the first one.
And if you miss that one, you hit him with the second one.
Exactly, and so what that does is it actually prevents the Shen Aatrox like split pushing. Whenever Aatrox is matching the Shen, he actually will not be able to ult anywhere. And I'm gonna guess that's probably what Blood was thinking here. Then again, we all kind of know Blood to be a bit of a how do I say this nicely? Audacious player.
Aggressive.
Aggressive and audacious, and I think he kind of thinks. I think he thinks that no matter what he picks, he's just going to go smash people, and pick and ban doesn't matter, and invades don't matter. Invades are bullshit gameplay.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. In reality, that's not how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, if you were to ask me my personal opinion, in reality, the only thing that matters is winning the game. Obviously, Blood doesn't follow that mentality because he hasn't won any games.
That was
yet.
kind of the other thing I was thinking about as we were queuing up for this game is, are we going to see a level 1 play? Because we haven't seen too many of them in the TCL, and I know for a fact it will tilt Mr. Bloodbath and Beyond.
Well, if it's going to tilt anyone, I think it's going to tilt Mr. Espen. that would be my take. No one's going to get more tilted. Here's the thing, though. If you look at Blood here in his team, there's no really invade. Like, okay, you got the Trundle who could take Pillar level 1. You've got Shen, I guess, who can take a taunt level 1, and if you catch him close enough, you got the flash taunt. Yeah, you don't really have anything. I think we're going to see a 5-point stack on both sides.
Yeah.
With very little potential for an invade.
Yeah, neither team really taking too much of an invade comp.
No, absolutely not. Daily Todd's in the chat. Let's break 100 unique views, you nerds. Hey, get this out to your friends, to your groups. We got really, really close the other day. We were at 90, 96. And so if you can get this out, we'd really appreciate it. We're having a great time. Thank you all who are in chat today. We weren't able to view a real match yesterday. This is going to be a really exciting match, and I know that Blood being 0 and 2 wants to show up to play this game, despite that he almost didn't show up to play the game and didn't play a warm-up. That's besides the fact.
This is a warm-up game.
Yeah, this is the warm-up game. That's true. He can lose one, go 0-2, or go 2-0 after that. So
exactly.
Anyway, just wanted to say thank you to everyone in chat. We're gonna have a great time tonight, and thank you for joining us.
And it does look we are getting the 5-point defense from both teams. Got a ward there coming out from T-Skull.
The Sivir. Can we see Sivir here?
Yeah, this is not
he
really
actually
a good place.
He doesn't have vision. Yeah, he doesn't have vision. He actually would not have had vision if they invaded in on that bush.
They invaded down this way.
Yeah. Well, Monkey's up. Monkey's kind of playing up and saying, "Yeah, if you're not going to do it, I'm going to go do it, and I'm definitely not going to get caught out here."
So we do have the cold start on the Sivir already.
We do. We've been seeing a lot more of that kind of across all elos. I personally think it's. I mean, listen. When Monkey's your support, you can start with no items and still win the lane.
True.
That's kind of the thing, and so I do respect that part of it. The thing is if Espen comes bot early on, and ganks the Sivir, like you're out a certain amount of HP, like max HP, and 80 is a really significant amount of max HP at the beginning of the game.
Certainly is that early in the game. The only other interesting thing I see to start with is we do have the Guardian on the Janna, which is a little bit atypical.
That's actually become meta of enchanters because Guardian is so overpowered after the buffs. You're kind of seeing it from quite a few people here.
You do see it
Monkey,
quite a
obviously.
lot. I haven't seen it too much on Janna specifically yet.
I find the Comet to be more interesting from Monkey. More than anything, because Comet just seems like a really weird rune. It effectively applies on one of your spell casts, which is your alt Q, and that's effectively it. Yeah, so we're having a pretty typical start here from both teams. The push is even. Both bot lanes get level 2 first. We're seeing a standard clear. Actually, I won't say an incredibly standard clear because it looks like Espen, to avoid getting invaded, it looks like he took his blue and went immediately to his red. He's now at Raptors. I think what he's going to try and do is path back down to the bottom and try to gank bot level 1, or level 3 rather.
That's an interesting adjustment from Espen there, because I know in a lot of the games people had been invading him.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is like, and he was saying like, we were playing the other day, and he's saying like, oh, why am I getting invaded so much? Am I just bad? It's like, no, you're not bad. You got to path differently. You have to kind of look at the potential at the beginning of the game and change your route depending on what could happen. And when you're Sejuani, you can't defend against the invade. Maybe if you're Warwick, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, and I think most of the junglers had been taking. Across the TCL had been taking that standard bot to topside jungle clear. It's just that Espen was the one getting invaded.
Well, the other thing I'd like to see, and this will come with kind of the experience from these junglers, I'd like to see more level 2 ganks, more interesting routes. If you're a top laner here on TCL, you don't really have to think. You're like, okay, look at my wristwatch. Okay, it's 3 minutes. Go ward.
Right.
Go ward.
Yeah.
And then okay, it's 5 minutes. Now he's made his full clear again. Okay, go ward again. And that's it. That's all you have to do. Espen's actually sitting here in the top brush. I don't necessarily know what he's looking to do up top. He's been sitting in that top brush for about 15 to 20 seconds.
Meanwhile, Titanium Skull is getting double scuttle here. Is he gonna flash? He does flash.
He does flash. He misses.
That was a bit early on the flash there from Espen.
Yes. Yeah,
I would like to see him hold that and force out Tokemon Panda's flash in response.
That was how you say a forced play. You know what he actually needed to do is he needed to lane gank that. When the Shen isn't that far pushed up, you need to gank it from that near bush, and you have to find your way in between lanes. The thing is like the only way you're ever gonna hit that gank that he just did is hitting the perfect flash. And then the best you just did was trade flashes, and now you don't have it either. Which, if you're afraid about getting invaded,
I do think that if he trades flashes on top side, that is worth for Trolls RS. But unfortunately, that was not the case.
No, it really wasn't. We're seeing bot lane here. Chaos is up about 6-7 CS right here. They are pushed in. I think we're just going to see Monkey here with the Karma just laying down the continuous poke. He's just going to walk up and continue hitting Spirit. He actually just missed a skill shot there. Him missing skill shots is pretty rare. I played against
see Control up about 3 waves too in mid already, which is pretty big. 2 waves.
Tiny Rick. Now here's something interesting. Tiny Rick with the Ignite on the Ziggs.
Seems a bit bold.
It seems very bold, especially against a Cassiopeia where Cleanse is kind of your general, what you're going to go, like, I don't know, 50% of the time you might take TP. You could make a case for why you'd take Barrier. But
well, also
yeah,
on Ziggs, you're throwing bombs at people from a screen away. Why do you need Ignite?
Well, that's kind of the thing, right? Like, if you're in range to Ignite, you're already playing.
You've missed position, yes.
So what I think we need to see here. So T-Skull is actually up farm. It looks like he's playing this well. I would like to see him invade a little bit more because I think he's just kind of power farm. But we actually have a fight bot lane here. Monkey caught him with the alt Q. Sivir gets Oliver combo in, but I think Spirit's going to get away and chug some pots, and he's going to be back in it. He does have biscuits here.
Yeah, luckily Toasty does trade a little bit back, but definitely heavily won on the side of Monkey and Chaos Storm.
I think that when you look at these two people's playstyles too, besides the fact that you know Spirit loves the Lulu and would take it if he could get it, like Toasty's champions. Oh, we actually have the W in on Toasty Chi-G here, but Monkey might have gone a little too far up and he gets hit with the Xayah root. Spirit of Fate's running a little forward, but I think Chaos can kite it out and trying to even up that trade. That was really nice from Toasty and Spirit. That's what you're going to see when you have these diamond players. Actually, the Trundle's coming in here. He's going to go and I think he's going to try and hit the pillar on Spirit. He doesn't even use it, so I don't know what happened, if that was a miscommunication or if it was...
I would have liked to see Titanium Skull wait a little bit there because I think they were getting pushed in. He could have waited another 15 seconds, I think, and the lane would have been in a better position for him to actually get behind someone.
Well, it also looked to me like he was wanting to go on Xayah, but like he actually had a free. He could have just gone on Spirit right there.
Yeah.
Spirit was way far behind. You could have actually pinned him into the wall with the Trundle pillar. So
yeah, we didn't see a pillar at all, so I'm not sure if it was on cooldown or what he was thinking there.
It's getting a little low here, but yeah, Sejuani's kind of power farming and trying to catch up in CS here, so he's just going to take this free dragon. His buffs are both spawned, so he can actually go do basically a full clear right now and then go back looking really happy with gold. By the way, this is a mid lane gold difference here.
Yeah, we got about 600 gold difference just on farm here.
At the very beginning. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Your Cassiopeia is like the hyper carry of the mid lane. Debatably, you know, I won't say debatably more than the Azir, but it's pretty close. Yeah, you get her farm. He's already at 10 CS a minute before 10 minutes, which is very hard to do. You actually have to be at more than 10 CS a minute to do that.
Right.
Yeah, we're tell me, we've got 2 tanks. We've got the Trundle and the Shen. We've got the wave clear bot lane, and then we've got the hyper carry mid. Oh, Monkey is actually roamed up. He's going to go on the Ziggs, but Espen's going to come back and hit the ult. Immediately Control cleanses the ult. Firkinax is coming and get the kill. That was a really nice cleanse from Control, but trade back from Tiny Rick. He uses the Ignite on Control, and he's going to get away. Poison, totally scot-free. Really good cleanse from Control right there on the Sejuani ult, but he ends up going a little too far in, and Tiny Rick punishes him for that. So nice little 1-for-1 here to start our game with kills.
Yeah, luckily Tiny Rick could kind of bring that one back for them because it was looking a little bit rough to begin with, but in the end, a kill going on both.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Chaos has run way too far forward. The Xayah comes in. He actually gets the kill with the ult. I have no idea what he was doing. I think Monkey told him to go in. He pressed the E on him. He kind of created that triangle. Anyone who's like watched a lot of bot lane videos understands the triangle. And so both Spirit and Toasty on the Xayah like created a 2-to-1 triangle with him in the middle of it, and they just both go on him and kill him. Meanwhile, Monkey's so far back. Yeah, that was a miscommunication. And Bush League says the Ignite on Ziggs paying dividends. We're gonna get the Rift Herald here. By the way, that right there is 2 uncontested objectives from this team Bloodbath and Beyond, and the jungler's actually still down on CS.
We do see him pop the Rift Herald immediately. I'm not sure if that was a mistake.
No,
but
they're
they
gonna
the
get
plates, so I guess it's worth it.
Yeah, I don't think Espen realizes that you can hit the eye before it actually charges, and so he should have run around it real quick, hit the eye, and then queued out. So yeah, I think that was just kind of a game knowledge thing right there. But yeah,
if you hit the eye once, it's still gonna charge.
It's gonna charge, but how much damage it does is dependent on how much health it has when it charges. So if it charges at like a 3rd HP, it's gonna do
160 gold difference there. Yeah.
Right, which shit, that makes a difference.
True.
Blood is up here, by the way, just beating the crap out of the Shen. He's up, like, what is this, 40, almost 40, now over 40 CS on the Shen. Yeah, it's safe to say that he felt like this was the counter pick for him.
Yeah, he's up 40 CS plus a turret plate. It's not getting too much down yet, but that is going to pay off soon, hopefully.
Well, I mean, he's up like 50 CS. What else do you want him to get done? You know, if Shen plays back behind his tower, there's only so much you can do until you get to a certain part of the game. But yeah, that's interesting. I don't feel good for this Shen here.
But at the same time, you have Blood pushing in up 40 CS, but they're unable to get the Rift Herald, so.
And that's a really good point. I mean, right here, T-Skull's running around getting these. And by the way, you can't blame that on the Trundle-Sejuani counter matchup, because like they haven't actually interacted with each other. I don't think they've even been in the same side of the map.
They saw each other briefly mid while Espen was killing a pink ward, but that's about it.
2 ships passing in the night, baby. It's like that meme of like the dude and the chick in the club, and they're both like putting their glasses down and looking at each other. That's them as they run by each other. Yeah, here's Sejuani. He's gonna get pushed out of this river.
This is called bot lane control here. Sejuani not even allowed to be in bot lane river.
Yeah, well, and listen, you think about it. Like you're ganking. You're talking about ganking a Sivir Karma. Do you feel like you're ever going to be able to get a kill on that? Like
Right, and we're talking post level 6 here, so they could just run away.
And by the way, look at Shen, half HP under his tower right here. Blood is pushed up. He has the full black cleaver compared to like a tiny, part of an item from the Shen here. I'd like to see Espen up in this lane. I'd like to see Espen up in this lane diving over and over here.
Yeah, get behind the tower.
Now, do you can you do that? Oh, so our dragon is alive. Espen has come back and gotten some vision, which I really like to see. You got 2 pink wards there. I don't know if they're going to be able to defend it with this Cassiopeia, who is sort of posturing like she wants to roam down.
Yeah, team control definitely has bot pressure and mid pressure, so it's going to be difficult for them to maintain vision on this dragon.
Interestingly, Espen just took the blue buff, and the Ziggs is at half HP, or sorry, less than half mana here. That is not going to help you contest a dragon.
No.
If they choose to go for it. So I will say that I think that should have been donated to the Ziggs here. All that being said, they've actually caught T-Skull in the middle of the Dragon Pit. I don't know what he was doing, if he just thought, if he accidentally blast coned in or thought that his team would be there. Well, okay, so yeah, Espen stayed on. Yeah, that was a miscommunication. I think Espen expected his team to stay on the drag there. He got sort of one shot over the wall between the Sivir Q and the Cassiopeia by Espen. And wow, yeah, they're both gonna go for it. The Sivir ultimately gets it. The Cassiopeia gets exhausted here. Really nice play with the flash from Toasty here, who is not gonna be able to get out because Cassiopeia is just so goddamn fast. Yeah, that was not a coordinated play.
Yeah, it looked like every single person on Trolls RS was on a different page there.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard that story before. I feel like I've had that story before.
They caught Trundle out. That was really nice. We even pulled out the Trundle out for nothing. And the dragon play after that did not go so well.
Yeah, I'm still excited to see Toasty. Look at Blood going in 1v2 against Monkey. He's actually going to die. He's absolutely going to hit this. Oh, and he almost gets the kill with that flash there. Chaos is smart enough. He flashes out of that and gets the kill. Wow. Yeah, that's a Bloodbath and Beyond play.
Really have Blood kind of throwing away this huge advantage he'd built up there.
Yeah, with Shen's up here, they're gonna be able to get this turret. I love T-Skull, man. I think he's ganked like one time. He's just running around the map, farming, getting objectives. He's like, dude, I don't need to mess around with Jamp combat right now. Like, you guys all do your thing. Let me go and just like help my team win the game.
Like
one turret at a time.
Zero damage Tryndamere build going on.
Yeah, kind of. It almost kind of sees like that. I believe we've seen a single gank so far from the Sejuani. I know she wants to go mid here. The cleanse. Oh, no, the cleanse actually is not up. The cleanse was used in the last fight, so if he wanted to find this fight, he could do it. Of course, the Trundle is also there, and they pretty assuredly lose that 2v2 rather. Yeah, I think he needs to go camp top lane. I'm going to be honest. You're not going to get a kill on a Sivir Karma. Control is just a little too far ahead, and the Trundle's going to kind of meet you and match you.
Yeah, and the Zig still has no mana.
That's true. That's true. He has no mana. If only he had to teleport.
Or blue
Oh
buff.
man, that's Sivir Q gets Spirit. Between that and the minions, he gets Spirit to half HP through the bone plating. Yeah, it's I don't know. I guess this is the warm-up game. The Karma alt Q goes in for that. Right here, we've got some nice trading between the Aatrox and the Shen. Of course, this Aatrox is still up about 50 CS, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. Despite dying and kind of going for the silly play bot lane, he is so far ahead. We're seeing Espen come up. I don't know if he's going to look for the lane gank right here. I'd personally like to see that. The wave is probably going to push back out. Yes, he's got to stop with that positioning. So if you're just a quick thing to any kind of learning jungler, go to the top push here, because by the time this this lane pushes back out, that Shen is going to show up at that top brush, and then you get the easiest gank of all time. Cassiopeia, thing we quick missed. By the way, at 17 minutes, she's got 2 items already. Goes into the Zig. She's almost about 40 CS out. Just pokes the Zigs out. This is not what a Ziggs lane is supposed to look like. I'll definitely say that. Okay, here we go. Espen finds the gank. He gets the turret. Wow, I think Aatrox just sat under turret and killed it while Shen was beating up on him. Got him pretty close to death, but ultimately Blood pops the ult. Espen just goes in with everything. Yeah, so you got to do that, but you need to do it 5 more times. Interesting to see the Aatrox leaving when this Rift Herald is up, and the Trundle is actually viewably bot. Yeah, they're calling for the defense. I actually don't agree with that. You can wave clear. Your Xayah can wave clear. You need to be taking that Herald that's up right now. Just as a team. With that. But I think to Espen's credit, I think the bot lane is calling him like, hey, we need help. Yeah, I don't think you do. I think you need to go and find those objectives on the other side of the map while this push is coming in. Yeah,
you didn't have Dragon up yet, so I think the Rift Herald would have been pretty free there.
You know, it's coming up, and we don't have the timer here, but I believe it's coming up in about 30 seconds.
32 seconds.
Yep, 32 seconds. So it's coming up in 30 seconds. They could have actually killed the Herald and backed and made it to Dragon all before it spawned. Tiny Rick with the Ignite. He's down almost, coming up on 50 CS soon. Yeah, we're seeing that in a few lanes here. Bot lane has actually kind of evened out. Let's see what the gold looks like here for bot lane. Yeah, the Sivir's up. They got that first turret. I think that's pretty much attributed to that.
About 600 on both support and ADC.
This Karma's terrifying. So right here, Team Bloodbath and Eon has actually started the Dragon. They're going to pull back and hope. So the Sejuani's in, but the Trundle's just going to ult the Sejuani. He's going to auto-die to control. That's the problem with Sejuani here. So we've seen the Shen ult in. Ziggs is over the wall, but you saw the brilliant Shen taunt in on the Xayah. He's going to be able to kill the Xayah, I think, here. Yep, he gets the Xayah. He's still chasing down this Janna, but wow, Blood is in the back line. He's trying to make the plays here. Control is trying to put all of his DPS down into this. Control flashes back, and he's in 1 versus 3. Tiny Rick's out of mana, so he actually can't fight. Control's just going to kill him. Blood flashes in here. Control is going to try and kite this out, see if he can get it. He gets it out. The Janna's all that's left. I don't think they're going to be able to run it down. Wow, that was a really good team fight from initially from Blood's team. they pretty much killed everybody, and then like Control and the Shen just kind of sat back and kind of came in at the last second, and Control goes in for that filthy 1v3, and here he has 4 items. Wow.
Yeah, I believe Blood's team could have taken the 3 for 2 and walked away free, could they not?
Yep, they could have. They could have, and they decided to keep fighting. Appreciate what Blood's trying to do there, but the problem is your tank got exploded at the very start.
That Trundle had a lot of value.
Okay, so the Sejuani ult is in on the Karma. Yeah, but they don't have any follow-up damage. Your damage is kind of short range, and the Ziggs isn't even there. Blood is just getting absolutely ripped to shreds by Control, but Espen's in on Control, and ultimately Chaos Storm's going to be able to take him down. They get the follow-up on Xayah, who's a little too far forward, given that the Sejuani was...
I think we're going to see a damage graph.
We're going to see a damage graph. I don't know. I don't know what Team Blood was doing there, because the Ziggs, who ultimately is going to be a majority of your damage at this point in the game, he needs to be there, and he wasn't there.
Did seem like a bit of an awkward time to engage.
It sure does. I mean, listen, we're seeing some desperation plays, and I actually really appreciated that Espen wanted to go in on the Karma there, but when you do those things, you got to look and say, hey, can my team follow this up? Your Ziggs is in base. You basically have no other setup. Like, the support can't help set up the Xayah. That's what I said the problem with that lane was from the very beginning of this game. They can't do that. Yeah. This is a large lead. These kills are 10-7, but they're actually up over 5k, and most of it's from turret farm, and then obviously that Baron that was just taken right at 20 minutes.
Yeah, we do still have Blood up 1,000 gold on his counterpart. I would like to see something happen with that.
I would too, and Espen's gonna go. Yeah, he doesn't have his ult up, and so if he misses that, he's not gonna be able to do anything.
I'd like to see him walk a little bit closer there, smite for the slow, and then try and land that Q. Then maybe you make something happen.
This mid lane's kind of getting out of control here. Tiny Rick, it's not like he's feeding or anything, it's just he's not able to keep up with this pressure and farm, and like while he's the one who's stuck in lane clearing waves while Control goes and does whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to be able to get this next blue buff either to help him push. Don't have enough control in this bot side jungle.
I feel like Team Blood isn't coming into these games with a game plan. We know, the fact is we know what the Team Control strategy looks like. They're literally going to do the same thing every single game. They're going to pick 2 fucking tanks that can peel. They're going to pick their like bot lane, who is like some enchanter.
They've picked Sivir a bunch of times already and just
they've done
like
almost every game.
CS.
And then lo and behold, they're gonna pick a scaling mage mid. And like, I'm sorry, it's not like that is the predominant strategy in all of League of Legends. You need to go abuse the other lanes. That's how you win the game. You go abuse top lane, and like this Shen has only died once, and I would have liked to see him die like 8 times at this point.
Yeah, would have liked to see some turret dives tap.
And by the way, that's not an Espen problem. That's a Blood problem.
Oh,
that's a Blood. He needs to be understanding the strategy. Like, the game isn't all about his lane. He needs to be understanding that strategy. Oh, Tokimon is in on Blood here. He's going for the trade. I love to see this, and he's actually winning the trade. Blood does have ult. I don't think he's gonna actually want to take this fight. Look at Tokimon. He goes in under tower. Oh my god, this is incredible to watch from Tokimon. If we watch the new Mr. Irrelevant, and Blood takes the fight and he baits him in, and then the Sivir comes in and kills him. That is an incredible play. That's an incredible play from Mr. Irrelevant, Tokimon Panda.
He needs like another 45 seconds to win that fight, and I mean, by that time, even if, you know, Tokimon's team was in bot lane, they could make it there.
You know, I always... Well, you know what? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. He wanted the ult. He had about a second left in the recall, and I think he thought the ult would come out faster. But I respect that. The Sejuani ult should be back up by the time this dragon spawns. What's our dragon timer here?
17 seconds.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
this
it's
is
not
going
to
to
be up
be
in time.
Soul for Team Control as well.
Yeah, I gotta say I would have liked the problem is the Sejuani ult is like the single piece of hard CC that's actually team fight, and now they're gonna be starting soul fight, which they have to contest without their single piece of CC.
Yeah, they kind of are low on CC as a team.
And the Sejuani takes the blue while Ziggs is coming back through. Yeah, to me this just looks like a team who's not communicating and isn't really understanding what their kind of win or comeback.
Yeah, Team Control's just going to do this dragon uncontested, really.
Completely uncontested. Yeah, I want to see a little more teamwork here, just across the board. Okay, so Sivir Chaos Storm, he goes in for the ult. It's a Sivir comp. You just press R and win. We have the Shen ult, the taunt flash. Toasty's trying to do as much damage as possible, but Tokimon is he's built like exclusively full armor. Right now the Ziggs is not really doing much damage. Blood is actually coming from behind. I didn't even see him coming in there. He immediately almost gets blown up. The Janna's gonna die. The Aatrox dies. Toasty's trying to kite this out. Look at Trundle, he's in, he uses the ult and he just beats the crap out of the Janna. Control is just gonna finish this up. He goes, he doesn't even have to flash, he walks forward, he hits the Q. He gets the quadra kill so close to, I believe, the first pentakill of TCL. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. This is going to be the end of the game. And
you know,
yeah,
they did engage their bot lane with the Sivir ult, and I would have liked to see something a little bit more proactive out of Spirit of Faith there on the Janna. I mean, that's your champion, the disengaged champion. I know Tokimon Panda did go into the flash taunt, but even so.
Yeah, I mean, the Janna definitely wasn't the first to die. And so, yeah, wow, that was an incredibly convincing game. I think there's no question, and like, listen, I'll say this: Control's team is very scary. Now we haven't played them yet. I'm not going to say they're the best team, but they are very, very good. They're very good and they're very scary. And the thing is though, is that they've literally played the exact same game plan, not every match, but every single game that they've played in TCL.
Yeah,
I
think it's time to bust out some aggressive junglers and make stuff happen mid lane, maybe.
Top lane though, because look, like I've talked to Control. He literally said the strategy. But look at the Trundle damage, by the way. We were talking about that earlier. The Trundle literally said screw the entire
Janna
game.
damage.
Wow. That, by the way, that is not just so everyone understands that number, 1590. That is less than one health bar. that is less than that is about the Janna's health bar.
I mean,
at the point of the game that they were.
It's not good, but your team comes out with an easy win, so who cares?
He grouped up. He pressed R on the Sejuani.
He got all four dragons. He got a Rift Herald. He got a Baron. What difference does it make?
Yeah. Oh, I'm not even giving him crap. I mean, he seriously, we saw him in that game. He got the first dragon. He just took it PvE while Team Blood didn't even like try to defend it. He did the same thing with the Herald. He got all of the remaining dragons. He helped top lane get that tower. I'm not even giving him crap. It's just funny that the state of that game. I don't know what happens to get the game to that state, but yeah, that's interesting. So, hey everyone, thank you for tuning into the first game. This is Abarn and Droid. Thank you so much. We're going to take a quick break. Let's call it about 7 or 8 minutes. We'll be back in really, really, really soon for game 2. And yeah, thank you for tuning in.
All right, we are back for game 2. All right, Abarn, what do we need to see out of Trolls RS to change in game 2 here to get a win?
I would say starting with actually playing League of Legends.
Ooh, that's flame.
That would be what I'd like to see immediately. No, in all seriousness, right here, this top lane matchup, Pokemon Panda has played Shen almost every single game of TCL. They need to get him off the Shen. I would say don't even ban it. Just put Blood on it. Like Blood.
Yeah, Blood can play it. I think you don't want to waste a ban on something like that. So.
Yeah, and he plays it well. I mean, here's the problem, right? If they actually do this strategy of hey, let's pick aggro top and then let's go after Pokemon over and over, I think at that point you want to ban it. You want to ban that.
Right, so you can pick something aggressive for Blood to play.
Yes. Yeah,
I think we will definitely see easier gank pathing for Espen now that they are on blue side. So I actually would like to see the Shen ban and picking up something early for Blood that can just really beat somebody up.
I honestly don't even know what else Pokemon plans I'm playing. I mean, he's playing primarily he's been playing Urgot in solo queue. At like leading up to this game, and so he could pick the Urgot. He's playing a little bit of kind of everything. He's playing a little bit of Gnar. He's playing a little bit of Darius. I think he would end up being most comfortable on this Urgot. But yeah,
I also wonder if
please don't leave the Shen up.
Is Trolls RS going to do something about this Sejuani Trundle matchup, because Titanium Skull clearly doesn't need to do anything on it to counter that champion.
Well, here's the question: like 99% of the time, you do not first pick the Trundle. The problem is that like you almost could, because T-Skull plays exclusively tank junglers. I don't think that does Espen has he been picking up the Trundle?
Not that I know of. However, it's not the most mechanically intensive champion.
I was gonna say it's not. Yeah, and he has. He's played a few flex queue games with it.
Okay.
Just to get it in here. Yeah.
Makes sense. We're seeing mostly tank junglers in the TCL. You got to bust out the Trundle at some point. So maybe they will bait out the Sejuani pick from Titanium Skull, or even the Nunu. It would be just as good into the Nunu.
Yeah, I think it would be. Yeah, I think you are. Yep. So okay, we've got our Shen ban. I think that was pretty obvious. It just sort of had to happen. The Caitlyn is not going to be left up. We could see a first pick Ezreal to get it out of the way for Toasty here. Just to make sure he gets it. He's a very good Ezreal player. We could also see the first pick Sejuani, but again,
there you go. There's the Ezreal.
Yep, that is the first pick Ezreal. We're seeing the top. I don't actually think he's going to lock in top lane here.
Yeah, I think he's going to wait to see what Blood is going to play, especially now that he can't have his comfort of the Shen.
I'm expecting a Nunu, and then a possibly a Thresh. Okay, so they are going to lock in. Yep, they're going to lock in the Sivir. They could do the Sivir Karma again if they wanted to go for it.
Yeah, Ezreal would have a rough time into Sivir Karma. Really has no way to match that kind of wave clear.
Yeah, I think it's Nunu or Karma right here. That's going to be my guess. I think they're just going to run it back. He could, maybe he's bored and he plays the Thresh. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. There's Nunu. Yep. There's a Nunu. I think we're gonna see. I don't. So
This
I
does
don't
mean,
know if
however, Espen is free to lock in the Sejuani. I mean, useful champ, so...
Yes, he is free to do that. I wouldn't suggest playing Vi against a Sivir and a Nunu. They're gonna take the karma. I actually really like that.
Yeah.
They're gonna take the karma away from it. They had a really successful lane with the Sivir karma last game, and they just want to kind of throw this up. Yeah,
Yep, and they have to take the Ziggs. Yep.
You have to take the Ziggs. See, that's the one concern with Tiny Rick is that they can't get the early jungle pick all the time. They either have to put back jungle support or AD because Tiny Rick pretty much has to pick first rotation.
Yeah, I think Team Control is now just going to ban the Sejuani and the Amumu with the other kind of tank junglers we've been seeing, and that puts Espen really on.
The LeBlanc.
Oof.
This is going to be a fun game. Control is a LeBlanc main. He's a Diamond 4 LeBlanc main. It's definitely his best champion.
This is really where we need to see Tiny Rick step up on the Ziggs and clear the wave. Have the wave always pushed. You can push the wave and then sit under your own turret.
And by the way, in theory, yeah, so here's the problem is that you can just double ban jungle here because you have to ban that early
Yeah, we'll
Ziggs.
see an Amumu ban, I'm sure.
Now, we're still picking support, and we're still picking top here. I don't think I'm going to ban support.
Here. I would think. What else do you ban?
It could be a Thresh ban here. That would be my guess.
Okay.
Oh, okay, they're just going to go after Tokiman. Yeah, Tokiman's played a few games of Ornn. Again, I
just haven't seen him play anything but the Shen, to be honest.
Well, and again, listen, I get the concept. Like, I've been the one advocating for them trying to play through top, just go top over and over and over again. They have the mega safe bot lane, almost safer than the Sivir. God, the Zac ban. It's almost like they're baiting him into picking the Vi. I'm just gonna say that. No, I think it'll be the Amumu.
Yeah.
I think I'll go for the Amumu. Although the thing with the Vi is, it really depends on what gets picked top lane. I don't actually want to judge anything here because if they can put him on something really, really uncomfortable top lane, then you actually, there's a Thresh ban. If you put him on something uncomfortable, you can go pick Vi and you can just gank top over and over and over again. And like, I actually do think that's the way they win this game. And by the way, Vi plays really well into LeBlanc too. If you get on top of LeBlanc, she blows up. Now, what are we going to see here out of Team Control?
I think we're going to see support pick here. Nautilus. Okay.
The Nautilus? Okay. Interesting call on the Nautilus. I haven't really seen Monkey play much of it, but again, the Thresh would have been his preferred at this point.
Yeah. Especially considering they have an Ezreal. I mean, it's hard to get on Ezreal with those hooks and even the ult.
Ezreal is actually hilarious into Nautilus because if you know you're gonna get hooked, you buffer the E and then you get away either way. Okay. So Espen is gonna lock in the Trundle.
You know, it's not a bad pick at all, especially now that they've locked in 2 tanks. I mean, you Trundle ult this Nautilus, he evaporates instantly. Supports are not super tanky.
This is, and I'm sorry to say this, this is the wussiest team comp I've seen. Potentially in all TCL, the Ezreal Karma bot lane, the Ziggs who's just going to sit back and throw bombs, the Trundle who exists primarily just to press alt on the Nunu, and that's it.
So yeah, they're going to have hopefully a strong Swain that can go into the middle of a team fight and basically have Ezreal and Ziggs be 2 screens away trying to throw stuff in there on top of that.
I was literally about to say, pick something that can build a first item Spirit Visage here.
Yep.
just exist. This is going to be the super tank, some of the tankiest champs in the game. We've got the Nautilus, we've got the Nunu, we've got the Maokai, the incredible amount of healing. It's always bad when you're a mid lane mage like a Ziggs against this because you kind of have to build Liandry's. But that means that then you can't play into the healing reduction, and so your Ezreal is going to do that, and then you only get it at one person at a time.
Yeah, and we also have to say when you're picking 3 tanks into the Trundle, I think the Trundle does kind of lose a little bit of value.
Oh, that is the
you don't have that one person to blow up. So.
Correct. That is actually supposed to be the counter to Trundle. is that you go and you pick a bunch of tanks, and so if you ult one of them runs away for a second,
The
and
other
then the other
three
one
are
comes
still
up.
tanky.
Correct. The other three are still tanky, and then the entire existence, literally the entire thing that Trundle exists to do now is just irrelevant.
That being
Yeah,
said, if it's a 2v1 top against this Maokai, it's still going to work. Still can work, we should say.
So that is the one good piece of news here, is that if you gank top, if they can really do this strategy and they can gank top over and over, which I'm saying they have to do, they're probably in a good position to be able to do it here.
Yeah, I want this top tower gone before 14 minutes.
Yes. Without any question in my mind, that is what needs to happen here. Yeah, I mean, you play through top. We've seen Blood Swain. It's actually really good. He finds a way to make it like strong in lane, which is kind of anti what Swain is supposed to be. You put Tokimon on a new champion. He hasn't really played much Maokai. He's been playing it a little bit just for the sake of TCL, but I don't think that's going to be something scary. And in the 2v2 again, the Trundle Swain should win that literally every single time.
Yeah, a lot more tools on Trundle Swain's side.
And by the way, I know Ziggs isn't a mobile mage. He's actually good into LeBlanc, because if LeBlanc gets on top of him and gets her chain, what he does is he drops the satchel and then he lines it up in such a way that it hits her back as it hits him forward, and so it breaks that. Yep. Yes, and then so what you want to do is you want to get that early Ludens as quick as you can, and then you want to just spend the entire game throwing your EQ onto the wave.
Yeah.
And the problem is that LeBlanc, if you get it to the point in the game, LeBlanc actually has to choose between killing you and wave clearing.
Yeah, I think we really need to see this Ziggs pushing as hard as he can at all points through the early and mid game, so this LeBlanc cannot go top. Mm-hmm. If this LeBlanc can roam top and shut down Blood, the game's over.
Yeah. And we have all seen that happen to Blood a couple times before, so it's definitely not out of question. Yeah, if you're Team Blood and you're on the edge of going 0-3 right here, what do you think? What do you think they're thinking? What do you think's going through their head?
Well, I hope they're thinking that we should gank top and get Rift Herald and then top turret as soon as possible.
You're right. Yep.
I
meant
based
as a
on
whole
the
team,
team,
yeah.
based on the team comp, it seems like they're thinking we should play safe till mid game. Wait till this Ezreal has 2 items. Wait till the Ziggs has 2 items, and then team fight it.
Get your Leandries on the Swain. That's true. The Ziggs can go for the healing reduction because the Swain can get the Leandries, go like stand in the middle of 3 people and just like Zanya's or maybe he'll have a Banshees. I'm not sure. Right? He actually likes that early Spirit Visage. That is kind of a Blood thing. I think he will have to spec and do a little more damage this time. But yeah,
definitely.
Well, okay, so we definitely know the win conditions. We know, just like usual, we know Control's win condition for sure.
It is a little bit different this game, I think, for Team Control, though, because we have not seen him on a LeBlanc-type champion. We've seen him on exclusively Control mages thus far, I believe.
And by the way, that is a really, really good point. He has been playing these scaling mage picks. The LeBlanc, though his best champion, it definitely doesn't really fit in with this. You obviously have like the 400 CS silver win condition, but like if the LeBlanc, like her job is just to blow people up, and this team is pretty hard to blow up, and so we're gonna need to see Chaos like 1v9 carry behind these 3 just gigantic tanks.
Yeah. Interesting to see. I think Sivir has another free lane, however, not deciding to go with the call start this time.
We have the invades. We have the invades coming in here. Yep, from Team Control. They're pinging here. He's actually pinging out the route. And watch as they do this. They're going to come right against the wall here, and they're going to avoid all of the vision. They're going to probably put the Nautilus first. He's going to come around at the last second. He's going to throw this hook right here, right as Toasty could see him for the first time. Good flash. He had to flash there. I love that invade.
Burn a flash for free.
I love that invade. It's an incredible invade. And if you are the ADC there, it is almost impossible to get out of the way in time.
Yeah, you kind of have to be in that bush to defend the invade. However, that puts you in danger of the invade.
Yes.
Of that particular invade, anyway.
So by the way you do it is because you know that the blue opening is where red team usually is, you actually run forward. you run out of the bush and you run past it, and then you go out and you sit in the river. And if you're sitting in the river, you're guaranteed to see it.
Yeah.
So that is what you do. Just for everyone who's watching this, if you're in that blue tri-brush, run past it to watch and then invade. Don't just stand in it, because that can happen against a hard engaged team.
Or if you're lazy, you just walk up there, you ward the tri-bush, and you go AFK under turret.
That's true. That's true. That's a good point. Good little trade coming here. Already got a potion out of the LeBlanc. I'm actually really interested to see. I don't agree with the corrupting pot from the Ziggs here. I think you want that early AP, and you want to be able to win those early fights. And corrupting pot is more of like a, hey, I'm just going to sit here and sustain. But the problem is it doesn't help you with all-ins whatsoever. That being said, he's getting a lot of poke on control here, who's just trying to last hit. Wow. Yeah. Now, yeah, control goes in. He gets a little bit of the trade back. He gets the electrocute, but this is nice to see from Tiny Rick. He's hitting all of his skill shots. Blood gets level 2 immediately. Every top laner has seen that story before. Gets the really nice trade, and then Tokimon's going to get his level 2 here. Good trading in the bot lane. The way you beat a Nautilus is you have to trade against him early. You have to get him down to half HP so that when he finally engages on you, he doesn't like auto-murder you. I like to see that. Anyone who plays against a Nautilus and just sits there and allows him to walk around full HP, you're just asking to die early on.
Yeah, there's a lot of CC on the Nautilus. If you let him to go in at full health, you're going to be in trouble.
Control goes in and takes a turret shot looking for the electrocute proc there. You know, I definitely respect it. I respect him coming out and sending a message. But
I think he traded a turret shot for making Tiny Rick miss the cannon, so maybe worth.
Yeah, it could be. It's true. But yeah, blood up here with the Conqueror. Instead of the phase rush, he's got the Conqueror. He's looking for these long, ongoing fights. He's kind of beating the crap out of this Maokai. Maokai, I think, is going to miss most of the CS because he must have hit it in some weird way, and it's all kind of in weird HPs.
Okay, that's exactly what we needed to see. It didn't go onto blood, but that's the pressure we need.
Yeah, apologize to the stream there. I missed that. Oh, right here, but the gank coming back from Titanium Skull, who W's in from the bot side. Yeah, sorry for the stream on missing that top kill there. I was distracted by a Mr. Lost in the Sauce's incessant notifications. But we're back here. Really good play back. Yeah, I love seeing that from Espen. I think they talked about this. They knew exactly what their win condition is, and they actually kind of made a play towards it. But T-Skull and T-Skull is really getting good and learning how to jungle here. He comes back and just finds this really good kill on Tiny Rick afterwards.
Yeah, and then he takes away the Raptors after that as well.
Now if you know, in these 2v2s, again, I think you win this game in the early 2v2s. Because what you do is the Trundle shows up, ults the Nunu, and then you just go and you blow up the Nunu before anyone can do anything. And like the Nunu doesn't really get tanky until later in the game. And so they can win these early 2v2s, they can go top lane. I would even say you could probably win the mid lane ones. The Ziggs is going to do plenty of damage. Espen is here on the Trundle. He's going to find Monkey, who's way out of position. He's going to flash over the wall. The Blast Cone hits, but they're going to ignite. The Ignite's going to burn him down. Spirit's going to pick up that kill. I don't think that the Ezra had a chance to get that, but yeah, that was good to see. That kill's going to
give them Dragon as well.
Espen already's level 4, and he's already playing like incredibly aggressive and looking for these early ganks. And by the way, he's on a much worse ganking champ than he was last game. So yeah. I think last game really was a warm-up game, and I think we're going to see a really good game here from Team Blood. I'd
like to see Espen back here and go back to top side.
the Nunu, by the way, while Dragon was taken, he's just deep. He's deep into the jungle. He's taking the Gromp here. He knows that if Espen finds him. Oh well, I don't know that actually, because look where the Swain is. This is actually a really silly invade. The Swain's really far up. Ziggs could have roamed there. I don't think Espen realized that Nunu was in his jungle, but yeah, that was a pretty aggro invade. Nautilus here is looking for the gank here on the Ziggs. He's been sitting in this bush. Yeah, he's gonna find it. He's gonna find it. Titanium Skull comes in with the snowball and he hits him right as the chain root is coming off. Immediately the CC chain with the Nautilus Q. Wow, that was a really, really nicely put together play from Team Control.
Yeah, they're really punishing the Ziggs. Just diving. It's like second dive of the game.
I mean, now that you have a tanky Nunu and a tanky Nautilus that can show up, and by the way, both of them have Aftershock. Yeah, go dive the tower. Just go dive. Just go run behind him. Like, honestly, what's he gonna do about it?
Yeah, we got Titanium Skull counter jungling yet again.
I am really happy watching what T-Skull. T-Skull's, yeah, he's in the jungle.
Whose jungle is this?
I don't know. It's certainly yet to be proven.
All right. Well, at least we have Espen back topside. Need to get a kill onto this swing.
Well, here's the thing: is that if Espen's using his W here, the Maokai coming back in lane will actually be able to see the Frozen Tundra or whatever it's called. Yeah. So the Maokai can see this. He knows he's there. Trundle might be able to go take this red, but honestly, the LeBlanc might just come up and stop him from doing that. We do see a Ziggs roaming bot right now. He's gonna toss a ward. I don't know if he was planning on dropping his alt bot. Yeah, he's running back mid. I think he realized there was nothing for him to find there. This bot lane is remarkably even. Really, really good gank again from Espen there on the Trundle. The farm is almost completely even. Toasty has the assist, so he should actually be up in gold. I don't believe any turret plates have happened. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, he's a little bit up in gold. Oh, and we have the gank here coming from Espen. Espen's level 6, so he's going to be able to drop the ult on the Maokai. Yeah, the Maokai's hit. He's hit by the root, pulled back by the Swain. There's not a chance he lives here.
Nice. You saw Espen there specifically donate that over to Bloodbath and Beyond, which was needed.
Well, by the way, Espen, 8 minutes into the game, has already successfully completed 3 ganks. That's exactly how we needed to play this game. Now, here's the thing. The LeBlanc can roam here. The Nunu's going to show up. It is actually a 2v3, so I think that if the Ziggs can show here, you take this fight. Like, Ziggs is behind. He's going to be able to... Oh, look at Control here. Yeah, Control knows he's coming. The Maokai's not going to be back in time. I really, 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 really want to see Team Blood get this here. They have a 2v3, and I don't even know if they know it.
Yeah,
but,
have your Swain zone.
No, you don't have Swain ult. I will say you don't have Swain ult, and that's probably part of the issue here. Who gets it? I believe that's Team Blood who gets it. No, Espen's not going to make it over. Espen's not going to get to it, and Blood flashes onto the Rip Herald just to make sure that he gets it. Oh my God, that's an incredible play. Espen almost wasn't able to make it, and Blood flashes on top of the Rift Herald just to make sure he gets it right before he dies.
Did not look pretty. I don't know how they got the Rift Herald, but fortunately they got the Rift Herald, and Blood has...
By the way, good on Espen. Also, good on Espen for hitting the smite against the Nunu.
Yeah. They got the Rift Herald, they picked it up, and they got a kill onto Blood, so overall, really good there for them.
You get a little bit of a trade. Yeah, Tiny Rick should have found a way to back there. The lane is pushing against him. Yeah, there's really nothing for him to do here. He's going to get a couple stacks of his corrupting pot, but yeah, I think he needs to go and reset. The problem is, this is how mid lane advantages start, is when you're sitting there out of mana and you can't actually kill the waves, you're going to have to go back at a bad time, and that's what leads to level differences, which leads to more compounding. It's kind of a story that just... goes over and over and over. And so, yeah, the back timing with waves and farming, wave manipulation, that back timing is probably the most important thing that you can do correctly.
Yeah, we're seeing pretty similar top advantage as we are mid advantage for Team Control.
This top lane, he's up over 40 CS. Now, of course, Control has the 2 kills, but just the way this top lane is going, this is going to be a terrifying Swain, and if he gets that second item, Leandri's, like I think he's planning on, the tanks aren't going to be as tanky as they'd like to be. Kind of a classic from Team Control here. There was really nothing that Team Blood was going to be able to do to easily contest that dragon, so they take it.
Yeah, luckily they had gotten the first one, so they didn't need to contest that.
Yes.
And they didn't.
The Sivir
I think Blood did. Yeah, he did lay the Rift Herald top here.
So he lays it top. The Tokimon uses his ult, which means that if Blood were to ult and go in here, I don't necessarily know that.
Oh, he's in trouble though.
Now he is low on mana. Yeah, so he's got the three-way gank here. We have LeBlanc, and we have the Nunu coming up. He's going to use his ult here, I believe, but yeah, he's going to use the ult. He's going to try and get this kill on Tokimon before he dies. Yeah, Nunu ult's just going to kill him and get him down. Really nice finish there from Control. Yeah, I don't know if that's Ziggs not calling the missing, Blood just being too far up as usual. But yeah, Blood gives up another kill to the enemy mid laner who roamed. He's got to find a way to stop doing that. It's causing the enemy to get fed every game. Trundle's in here. He uses the subjugate. He's trying to find this kill, but Tokimon just runs away. That's the counterplay. You run away.
They did force the flash there out of Tiny Rick with the snowball coming at him.
Yep, he did. Yep, he got that flash. LeBlanc is really sitting happy. You know, I at this point I think she's gonna want to make some roaming plays, and he's gonna do what he was trying to do last time, where you sort of coerce the Ziggs into following you, and then instead of actually roaming, you just go and kill him while he chases you. Would definitely like to see a little bit of that, because it's not seeming that he's actually making. It's not seeming like he's going to be able to at least find much on the enemy bot lane here. I guess he could keep going top. We do know how Blood plays these.
Two level advantage in the mid lane too.
Yeah, so that's Tiny Rick did it right there, where he drops the satchel. He drops the satchel between him, and he knocks them both in different directions. And it's actually really hard to play against as LeBlanc. Not that Control's having an issue here, but. Okay, so they are in. Once again, Blood is way too far up. We got the gank. We've got the three-man. Monkey is actually roam top. Blood is in with the ult. They've got the 3 tanks on him. You know, it's the tanks actually do damage early game. Wow. Once again, Blood gives up another kill to the roaming, to the gankers, to the roaming people, and he's just way too far up. He does have vision. He does have near vision, but that's it. Control's roamed up, and they're gonna 4-man this tournament. This turret here. What time is it? How much time do we have left on plates?
Trolls are us. No time. Trolls are us pushing in mid and bot there, so hopefully they can even it out a little bit. They are still up 1,000 gold.
So Blood is building the second item, what looks to be the not the Leandries, but the Ludens. You know, listen, he's the Swain player. When you're against 3 tanks, I think you need to build the second item Leandries and the third item Void Staff. I don't see any way around that, where you are at this point going to be pretty much the single carry of your team. Yeah,
if you've got magic resist on all 3 tanks for the enemy team already.
And like, listen, I know that the counter argument is, yeah, you want cooldown reduction. Oh, but Control's actually come down, and he's taken the roam. Yeah, Karma Alt Q gets him back out. There's really nothing. There was no follow-up. Monkey was still coming back from his last roam.
So I did say I wanted to see that top lane turret die before 14 minutes, but before 15 minutes, we call that good, right?
Team Blood is actually still up, by the way. I mean, he is. Here's the thing, and I'd actually like to see the gold difference. I believe a majority of this is top lane.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
2.5.
It's actually more than top lane. Yeah. So if you take the top lane advantage out, they were even. Blood team would actually be losing right now. I like his positioning. I like what he's doing. He needs to communicate with his team, and they need to figure out when he's being roamed on. That's what's not happening.
I think we're gonna see the solo kill. Oh, he didn't have to flash on the previous.
But he's gonna keep going. He goes over and he hits the E on top of it. And he finishes off this kill. Wow, Tokimon. I don't think he expected all that damage coming from Blood, but despite the fact that he's fed some kills, sir, he's up 60 CS and 2 kills on you at the time, or I guess just 1 kill. He's still very, very, very strong, despite the fact that he's getting 3-manned over and over. So
yeah, sitting on an item and a half versus 2 components for Tokimon.
That's yeah, wow, that's pretty incredible. All right, so Blood does not have his ult. They're gonna go in on this Nunu, and they're gonna find him with the Karma W. He is gonna start the absolute zero ult. But yeah, he dies pretty quickly. Control's gonna try and find some damage with the the W ult. Meanwhile, Chaos Storm is around the corner. I have no idea what he was doing. He's completely caught out. Yeah, that was some of the worst positioning I've seen in a while. He runs around with no idea what he's gonna do. Monkey actually still wants to fight this.
3v5, they have the health advantages.
This is a 5v3. Aspen's calling for it, but the rest of the team didn't actually follow him in time. Monkey's going to go in, but he's not going to find any of the damage. Right here, Toasty's going to have to pop off and get these kills.
Ah, they should have been able to kill Monkey there.
Yeah, they actually have to go back. Oh, Control's over, but he misses the second W. Wow. Yeah, I mean, all the ults are down. That's kind of the
coming
issue
back
here.
in. The respawns have come.
And we do not have any TPs. Here's the problem. If Team Blood is going to leave this, if Team Blood leaves this, they just give up the dragon. The Maokai goes in 1v5, whatever he was. Blood's ult's actually back up, and I don't think he accounted for that. Yeah, that was a little bit over-aggressive from the Maokai, who has no damage, and I don't even think has an item at this point in the game.
He did complete the item.
Okay, he did complete the item. I have so much respect for Monkey here. He goes in on the Ezreal, like 1v4. The Trundle's picked up in the backline by Control, who's just
Blood has no mana.
Destroys him. Blood has no mana, he's just
gets the
pick
kill
again.
anyway.
But he gets the kill. Oh my god, this is turning into an incredible fiesta. I'm having a great time watching this. I hope you all at home are too.
All that madness, but Team Control pick up the free drag?
They get the drag anyway, and they get 4 kills. That's almost the ace. I don't think the Ziggs died there. By the way, Ziggs has not finished his item yet. It's 18 minutes in the game, and Ziggs doesn't have an item yet.
I think
even
pretty
even
much
the
the gold stayed the same after all that. About 1,500.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is well, here you go. You got your farm Sivir, who has the most farm of the game. He's sitting at 145 here. There's been a lot of fighting, so it's not an incredible number, but he's still ahead of everybody. Control is 4-0 on the LeBlanc, and he keeps getting kills on these roams. I'm going to say it now. I'm going to keep saying it. He is your win condition, and so dying to all of these roams is very not respecting of how the enemy's going to try and win this game.
Really would like to see that blue buff go on the Ziggs there. I know it was slightly contested, but Ziggs needs blue.
Ziggs needs blue. You need to stop taking it as a jungler. You're in team play. You have no right to second blue buff and beyond as a jungler. Your mid owns it, and your mid can tell you if they want it. But like, you've got a Ziggs. Your Ziggs needs to carry the game. Your Trundle isn't going to carry.
You have a 4v4
and he's never
here.
run out of mana. Yes, we do have the engage. The Trundle is pillared in.
LeBlanc isn't
he's not
there.
actually
That's
used
huge.
the Subjugate yet. Yeah, I don't think they actually know that. Subjugate should be going on the Nunu's. Aftershocks hit. Monkey is beautifully peeling to this backline, and the Ziggs kind of has to go here. Really
Huge
incredible
Swain
ult there
ult.
from the Nunu, but ultimately he's going to fall. Yeah, and WoW, actually, Control might have just lost a fight.
2 for 1
I didn't think
for
I'd ever
Trolls
see it.
RS. Oh,
Control's in looking for more. He's not going to be able to get it. This guy's so slippery, and no one's able to get on top of him.
I believe Ziggs ult there only hit 1 person. That could have been much worse for Team Control.
Yeah, well, that was really good positioning from the Nautilus, who kind of put himself in that pixel between the near bush and the pixel brush to prevent any of the backline from going on his team.
Good positioning from
Unfortunately, I
the
think
Diamond 2 player? Can't imagine.
Yeah, I can't possibly imagine that. Oh man, this Control's so slippery, and he actually goes back to the original Deceive, and he's going to look for this kill on Blood. Oh my god, what an incredible play from Control.
That's a shutdown as well.
Wow. They did not respect that he was going to come back to the Deceive in the middle of them and drop all of his damage before they even realized it. Really nice to see from Control. He's popping off. He's not scared of anything.
5-0?
Yeah. 5-0. No one can get on top of him. Ziggs is out of mana. Yeah, the Ziggs can't even walk up at this point. The Ziggs can't do his one single job as a Ziggs, which is way clear because
it was just really
eventually.
slow.
the turret cleared the wave, and Ziggs gave.
He was there. Yeah.
Ziggs gave moral support. Okay, so Blood actually, he's going to be looking for this play here, but look at what Nunu's positioning. This is going to be another 2v1. I don't know why he thinks he can just keep taking these. Hopefully he can one-shot the Maokai before. This is going to be questionable. Yeah, he's not going to be able to get on top of it. Okay, so he does actually get it back in with the pull here. So the monkey is coming up. Blood is not respecting this roam. His team was even calling it. His team was giving him the pings. What an arrogant player. He's not even listening to his team. Yeah.
Oh, he almost picks up the 2 kills though.
Yeah.
Would like to see bot lane being pushed out or something else from Trolls R Us during that. Once they see 4 members going top, they're
just running around. They're running around the jungle aimlessly. But Blood is up trying to 1v3 and like play his own game and have fun his own way. And the rest of the team, missing the leadership, has no idea what to do when that's happening. Yeah, Control's up here. He goes. Spirit does have to flash out. He would have immediately died.
22 minutes in, we've got a dead even game though.
Yeah. I mean, we've got the dead even game. At this point, your Trolls R Us is going to get heavily outscaled, heavily outscaled, and so they do need to make some plays here. All of the gold, by the way, is focused in this top lane, who is 7 kills to 1. Yeah, he's up over 4,000 gold. And his team's now actually down in gold. And so if you kind of do the math on that and you take him out of this, especially if they're just going to keep killing him, the rest of this Trolls R Us team is not in a place to be able to carry this game, especially the Zags. Good little trade here from Blood. He's definitely positioned safer with this mid lane turret. I don't think we're going to be seeing any fights. We might even see the NA ram here. Dragon is spawning. This is an Infernal Drake coming up. Spirit's going to be looking for a little poke, and obviously Blood's going to be stacking up his passive.
So much magic resist being built for Team Control already. We've got Spirit Visage on Nunu. We've got the 1.5 items on top lane.
The Nautilus comes down from the top side near Pixel Bush. He gets totally caught up. The Ezreal ult's in. The Nunu's going to go, and he gets hit with the Karma WB to try to hit this ult before he dies. Blood is really deep in this. Wow, that was a really good... We are seeing some life from Team Blood here. That was a really good play. I don't want to understate it, too. The Ezreal did a ton of damage before and during that fight. Onto that, and yeah, I'm going to blame Monkey there.
Yeah, huge fight from Trolls R Us there. They really needed that.
Oh, poor Sivers just caught out. I was hoping to see a little meme there, but yeah, nothing there. Blood is doing about what I expect out of Blood. He goes under the turret.
Too far. That being said, they do still get.
Oh, they're gonna find the second pick. The incredible chain on the Tiny Rick.
I was really just about to say.
For the double ult. He is literally 1v5 right now.
That's a huge shutdown for your Ezreal. I was literally in the middle of the sentence saying Blood's team gets the 3-for-1, and then it was a 3-for-3 almost instantly after that.
Not sure what Monkey's doing here. Yeah, so that last fight, up by the Pixel Bush, Monkey comes down and he like runs alongside Team Blood, who just sits there and gets him to half HP. I have no idea what he was trying to do there. The Maokai is in. The Maokai does go in on this Ezreal. The Ezreal is going to be very strong here. Yeah, look at that damage.
He got an 800 gold shutdown for killing Control there, so he should be sitting pretty. He should be completing the Triforce here, I would imagine.
Let's see what the gold looks like now after that.
Yeah, that'll be Triforce.
He's actually back up on the Sivir. Wow, he was down on the Sivir for a while. He's now back up on the Sivir. Wow, we saw live. Team Blood is ahead.
That's what happens when you hit the lottery, man.
That's right. Team Blood is ahead, and if their biggest enemy, their biggest enemy is themselves right now. Yeah, the biggest enemy is themselves. They're taking the silly plays, but if they can find those front to back team fights and let this Ezreal, who's just finished his Trinity Force, go and just kind of beat down on damage, as you said, there's almost no armor being built right here for Team Blood.
Yep.
Almost none of it.
We really just need to see that same exact team fight from Trolls R Us, but after you get the 3-for-1, just reset or take Dragon or move towards Baron and get Vision. I know you want to get the clean ace, but there's really no reason to keep on pushing forward there.
Well, what do we have next coming up for an objective? It's going to be a little bit, yeah, Nunu's not going to get caught here. It's going to be a little bit until this next dragon.
Yeah, Trolls R Us with their backs against the wall with Soul Point there.
Yeah, I think yep, it is. It is at Soul Point. They will obviously have to contest this. I think we're going to see a little bit of NA ram and some farming before this dragon action comes up. There's not really much for them to actually collect.
Yeah, I don't mind that too much from Trolls R Us because they really need this mid-tier 1.
Interesting positioning from the Maokai. He is deep on the split push. I'm really happy to see Blood, instead of looking for his typical split push and like, hey, top lane's the only lane in the game, he's actually joining his team and trying to make these team plays. He's going to be able to find, I believe, with the W for the Swain here, if he knows he's there. Oh, yeah, he must have used it because I think they had to assume that he was there. I think they had vision of him walking in there. Toasty knew he dropped the Scrying Orb at the last second, wasn't able to get the damage on before.
I think he may have gotten the auto attack in, but just in that last tenth of a second buffer zone.
Yes, he definitely did. It definitely hit. It just, yeah, it was within that last, couple, I don't know, quarter second or whatever that buffer zone is. Wow, and this LeBlanc is fed. So here's the classic LeBlanc thing: is can you get behind the enemy team on the flank and one-shot the Ziggs, who, by the way, has the Banshee's Veil. That is what he has going for him. Can you one-shot the Ziggs before you become sort of irrelevant? It might not matter. You have a Sivir. Sivir can like auto win the game for the team as long as you keep her alive.
Yeah, and if you're gonna do it, now's probably the time before Ezreal finishes that Death Dance. However, he does build the respectful part of the Death Dance first.
This Maokai with TP is taking Krugs right now, trying to catch up on on CS. I mean, he has the TP. Monkey is in on the Trundle, but the Trundle's just going to immediately ult. We actually don't see the TP coming in from the Maokai. They're just going to accept that they've lost this fight. Yeah, unfortunately, the Team Blood is not able to catch up and find the kills. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if CC or a pillar was missed or something. But yeah, they weren't able to find it. That being said, I think Blood wants it. Blood's going to find with the E. He's going to take the ult, and yeah, Monkey's going to be able to get out. Something about Monkey, he really understands his positioning. Don't think he's going to be able to find it. Blood is really deep right now. Blood's over the base wall. He's over the base wall trying to find him. Wait, okay, he's got to find him. He's got to find him.
But at what cost?
Okay, he's going to TP back in. Oh my god, what an incredible play for Blood. He goes, he finds it. None of the team follows him. He TP's back in him. He's gonna be for this. He's gonna be here for this fight. Control's totally out of position, but I don't think they're comfortable.
Okay, looked weird, but well done from Trolls R Us there. That was pretty deep.
I honestly cannot believe that I'm sitting here saying that was a great play from Blood's team, but that was a great team from Blood's team. Oh my god.
They get the kill. They get out. They get the drag. Free money.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I mean, when Blood sees Blood, no pun intended. When he sees that and he sees someone at such a low HP, especially the way that Monkey plays so disrespectfully, I think he felt even if he dies, he's got to teach him a lesson, and he taught him a lesson.
Well, yeah, and I think Blood had the advantage there too. Of rest of Team Control had to position around that Drake versus chasing him, and they kind of got caught in the middle there of peeling back and getting Dragon control, and they just lost on both ends.
So the one thing I will say, we already have the Spirit Visage from the Swain. We've got the Spirit Visage and further magic resist coming from the Trundle. We've got the Banshees from the Ziggs. And then the Ezreal is going to finish the Death's Dance relatively soon. And so I am left knowing, first of all, who's LeBlanc actually going to blow up? And second of all, as a LeBlanc player, 99% of the time, you need to know that Void Staff is your third item here. Potentially even your second, and right now he's trying to finish his death cap, but Nunu's in with the flank on the backside. He starts with the Nunu ult. Blood is standing in the middle, healing up, and I think he's going to be taken down. They got 4 people to 4v1. Blood stays alive through the entire thing, and he gets his ult off. He gets all of the damage on the Sivir, who's almost dead here. Toasty GG with the Ezreal flashes past. They're going to keep going on this. He goes. This is going to be the Penta. This is going to be the Penta from the Ezreal here. This is one more. Come on, you got to get this Penta here. This is the first Penta of TCL. He gets the Penta. An incredible flash forward, an incredible play from Toasty TG. He finally comes and he makes the carrying play.
Dude,
wow,
he's not even going to flash me mastery or an emote or something. Like casually getting a Penta.
Kill.
Like he does it every day.
I love seeing that. That was an incredible, incredible play. Toasty obviously played that really well. I do want to point out that Blood, I will say that the front end of that fight, Blood completely carried. He got in the middle with the Swain and the Spirit Visage, and even with healing reduction, he was literally 1v4. The Sivir and the LeBlanc couldn't walk past the Swain to hurt anybody else.
We did have LeBlanc in the backline trying to dive on 3 members, getting a lot of damage down. However, those 3 members just kind of peel back and help each other out and just killed him.
Wow, that was really, really, really nice to see. This is a breath of life from Team Blood. We're seeing a winky face in the chat from Spirit of Fate. That Spirit of Fate's version of dropping mastery on someone, he throws a winky face. He's not mean enough to do anything else, so that's about all he can muster. But
I don't know, that's pretty BM.
It's pretty BM, but you know what? He earned that winky face.
He was the only one that died in that fight for Trolls RS, however. Maybe that's why he's dropping the winky face.
Maybe, yeah, that's true. The team earned the winky face. But here, I mean, seriously, that's kind of what I'm talking about the LeBlanc. Like, he is literally the only person that the LeBlanc can blow up at this point. Oh my god! The damage! The damage! He gets hit with the Swain E. He gets with the Ezreal Q.
He immuned the Swain pull with the spell shield, and it still didn't matter.
Wow. After that pentakill, Team Blood has taken over this game. We're seeing a completely different team from these guys. They have the momentum. They honestly could look to end here. The Sivir, they have a wave clear, the 0 wave clear. Yeah, they're calling for it. They're looking to end here. The Sivir has 0 wave clear. They're going to go in. They're going to try and find these turrets. They're in right here. We're seeing the flank from Control. He's sitting around the back line. I think he's going to be looking for the Ziggs. Yeah, he goes on the Ziggs. He gets a little bit of damage, but he misses his chain. He sees nothing from that. Meanwhile, T-Skull gets taken down. The Maokai's going to get taken down. We're seeing Bloodbath and Beyond use his ult. The ult is in. He's going to try and go and find this LeBlanc. Honestly, he should stop. He needs to go and just end and finish the Nexus. We want to make sure the Sivir's back up. Yeah, they're going to be able to finish. And wow, great game. Great game. Carried from the team fight of Bloodbath Beyond and the pentakill Ezreal from Toasty TG. I am so proud to see that happen. I've been worried for these guys because they are a bunch of good players who have been playing subpar League of Legends, and something happened, especially during that last fight, that they just said they just kind of turned it on. They stopped playing this like we're gonna play super safe, and they just went in and they killed everybody.
Yeah, I think they played to that top lane win condition really well. They even got a little bit of a bonus gank bot lane that succeeded, and they just kind of snowballed through those two things. I believe that is the first loss for Team Control.
The first game loss? You might actually be right. I was gonna say, did Mid's team take a game off them in the first week?
That I don't recall. I'm
actually gonna look that up here. Yeah, that's Swain damage. That's 40,000 damage in a 33-minute game.
It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's the Ezreal. The Ezreal did 13,000 less damage than the Swain, and still did more damage than anybody on Team Control.
Yep.
Yeah, you are right. That is the first game loss by Team Control.
It's huge.
You were right. It is the first loss from Team Control. Spirit just hit me in chat. He says, let it be known, we can beat everybody at least in one game.
Well, if only that actually made a difference.
If only that made a difference. All right, everybody in chat, thank you so much. This is a 1-to-1 series now. Things have gotten really exciting. That was an incredible end to that match. We have Silver Scrapes coming up for you. We're going to take a quick break. And we'll be back shortly. Thank you so much for tuning in.
All right, we're back. We got scrapes, Abarn. Scrapes.
Scrapes. We got the silver scrapes. Every person who's been around the league community for a long time gets a little special feeling in their belly
Dude, it's
once
just
silver scrapes plays.
such a jam. And you
I'm
know
sorry, Hawks.
that you're going to be in for a great deciding match.
Yes. You really do. So right here we've got Game 3, Team Blood, who actually showed finally a sign of life against Team Control. Team Blood is back on the red side. That means that Tokimon is going to get first pick if he wants it, and I think he's going to be looking for the Shen. What do you think the strategy looks here? Now I know what Control strategy looks like because the LeBlanc didn't work, and you know they're going to go right back to Old Faithful, but what do you think about Team Blood?
Well, you got to ban the Shen. You won when you banned it, and I think you go right back to that strategy. However, I'm very concerned about the side disadvantage here. Espen had a lot of good gank paths being on blue side, being able to gank through that tri-bush, and it's just not going to be the same from red side.
Espen, by the way, has been showing up as basically a new jungler. Game 2, game one he ganked like one time in total. Game 2, he got 3 completely successful ganks off.
Right.
By 8 minutes into the game, and
Yeah,
I'm
really
left sitting here like, what happened?
Really got nothing done game 1, and then game 2, he got everything done for his team.
Yeah, that was really nice to see. We're seeing the Ezreal ban come out.
Taking him away from that comfort.
Yeah, he got the pentakill. They said, yeah, we don't want that anymore.
If they do want to go back to the LeBlanc on Team Control, I do like the Ezreal ban, or even if they're keeping that possibility open, because Ezreal's just, even when you're 1v1 on the backline, he's very slippery.
Now, here's the question: does Chaos play Caitlyn? Because if he doesn't, they're not going to first pick it. Here's the problematic thing. You have to decide right here between picking banning the Shen or banning the Caitlyn. And that's not as easy of a pick as it would sound with how much Tokimon's preferring to play the Shen. I think they ban Shen here.
I actually disagree. I think it's a very easy decision. You ban the Shen. You're trying to win through top, you ban the Shen.
Yeah,
you're not trying to win through bot.
So 90% chance we're going to see a Shen ban coming out here.
That's a mistake.
Nope. Okay, it was the Caitlyn. That is a mistake. That's a really, really bad mistake.
All right. Well, they're not going to pick the Shen, so I guess I'm stupid.
Yeah, they locked the Lulu away from Spirit of Fate. I guess we could have seen that coming because they didn't ban it.
Right.
I don't think Blood. Here's the problem: if Blood locks in the Shen, I think that's a mistake too. We are going to get the Aphelios. That is Toasty Chi-Chi's favorite best champion. I think they're going to try and match this up with the supportive choice here.
Now that being said, I actually do like the Aphelios with the Shen. I think they can go the Shen pick now.
Oh, we have a. I can't tell if that was a.
So we do have an internet issue in the. Oh man, I'm getting nightmares of last night.
I am getting nightmares. I am getting nightmares too.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Okay, so I think we're gonna take a. Well, let's see. Let's figure out.
See if we can sort this out in a minute or two here.
Yeah, Control has just left the lobby. He seems he has lost internet. Amazing that this is happening so much to people. It hasn't happened week 1 and 2, and suddenly it's happened 2 days in a row.
Yeah, unfortunate.
You know what it is? It's the no meme. It's the hurricane.
Oh boy.
No, really, because the hurricane is causing a bunch of storms in the Midwest.
I don't think he's anywhere near a hurricane, but we can blame him on the hurricane. I'm good with that.
No, man, the hurricane causes like storms to go up to the Midwest afterwards. It's not a hurricane, but it's extra storms. All right, Credit says it passed last week. You know what?
Is Credit even allowed in the chat? I forget.
Yeah, haven't we banned Ceridian from breaking the rules last time. Okay, so he is restarting the router. It's just going to be a few minutes. Let's take this time to talk about what we think the rest of this pick ban looks like. So per rules, they will have to go and redo the draft up until that point. We saw the Aphelios pick. We didn't see a second pick from the red team, from the blood team. What do you think that was gonna be?
I'm sorry. The red side?
Yeah, I said the. So we saw the Aphelios pick. We didn't see that second pick from red side.
Yeah, I really think it's got to be the Shen. They left it up. It's a good pick when you have a champion like Aphelios. You can ult him on him in the back line to keep him safe. And then he just continues to dish out disgusting amounts of damage. I really think it would be a mistake if they left up the Shen in order to not take it.
I don't disagree, but like, listen, Blood, you've played enough Clash with him. You've played enough Clash with Blood to know that it's game 3. He's gonna whip out something and try to carry this game, and I don't think it's gonna be the Shen.
That's a good point, but he's been willing to play the Shen all tournament so far, so we'll see. Maybe he'll just go right back to the swing. They have last pick, so he should be able to get whatever he wants if they want to play it that way.
He could go back. He could go back to that Swain. It was honestly really convincing. I think he's going to want to play it into something kind of comp dependent. Yeah, Caridian in chat.
Yone. If I see a Yone, I might just stop the stream.
That's right.
Because we know it's going to be a Trolls R Us loss.
Yeah, well, he died 12 times. He did die 12 times last time he played it, but he also did the most damage on the team. And to him, it all kind of evens out.
Maybe it's just because I'm a support main, but the only thing that matters at the end is the victory screen. I don't know.
By the way, it's a really good
Call me
thing.
weird.
It's a really good thing here. It's a really good thing there that we are not showing the client and that we're back at the caster view. This chat is getting toxic. Yeah. Espen is calling people out for making him wait.
Fortunately, not my first stream, and I know that I can't leave it on that scene.
Yep. Yeah, you know exactly what can happen. We're seeing the memes come out to combat it. Yeah, it's probably a good thing that this isn't all being shown. I am going to be looking for an update here from the control team. I'm not sure if any of them have heard from control. I'm going to see if they can... He is restarting his router. And so we're going to see if he can get himself back on quickly.
Looks like he hasn't quite got it yet. You want to go to a quick break?
Yeah, let's do that. So hey, we're gonna take a quick, let's call it a 5-minute break. We might have to extend it a little bit, or we might even have to start earlier, just depending on how quickly he gets back on. But yeah, so we're gonna go to this 5-minute break here, and then we will be back very shortly. Stay tuned.
All right, so Control did manage to fix his internet, it looks like. So we are going to get a recreated draft up to third pick here, I believe.
Yep, I believe that is the case, and hopefully, yeah, I think if this is not a recreated draft, but yeah, was the Darius banned there the first time?
Yeah, yep.
I think it was. Got it. Cool. Yeah, perfect. So we're gonna get the recreated draft, then we're gonna get the first two picks. What was the? I believe it was the Caitlyn pick. No, sorry, it was the Caitlyn ban. What did Control first pick? Oh, they first picked the Lulu, and then the Aphelios was picked by Team Blood.
Yep.
By the way, while Blood is banning, he is also arguing with Bovey in the TCL admin chat, as his tradition. It's a beautiful thing to see. The man is clearly focused on strategy here.
Do I even want to know what pointless thing Blood is arguing about?
Nope.
Yeah,
I don't think you do.
Right.
It's usually pointless, and that's all you have to know.
It's for the memes.
He's actually still going.
I feel like he should be concentrating on pick ban.
You would think so. Oh, you know what? He's dropped the dude easy wins.
Okay.
All right, he's called easy wins. We've got the Janna Aphelios. This is a much better. I like seeing this a lot more than like the Zaya. The Aphelios is Toasty's best champion. He's really, really good at it. I've played against it. He's a great player. Espen's Janna is probably, Espen's Spirit's Janna is probably one of his most played champions. But we did give up the Ashe Lulu Shen.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Bloodbath and Beyond's team there thought that he needed to pick the Janna second. They could have just got the Shen. Janna's not contested in any way. Lulu's already picked, and they have another pick before bans. Maybe that's because he's in the admin chat?
The strangest thing about this is that you actually think he's going to pick Shen. I think
he's
that's
picked
adorable.
it before. I mean, I just don't understand how you ever are going to kill Control or Chaos when they have a Lulu and a Shen. If you don't pick the Shen.
Yeah, or ban it. I think, honestly.
Ban it, yeah. That's probably a better call.
Honestly, Caitlyn, like, Chaos isn't the reason they're going to win games. He's a fine player. I think you can give up the Caitlyn. I don't think you need to ban the Caitlyn and the Morg. I think you need to ban one of those. I think you ban the Shen and you don't allow that and just decide which one of those you'd rather play against. I personally think, like literally, you can just give up the Caitlyn and take the Ashe, and you're fine.
Interesting to see we've seen a complete departure from trying to ban anything away from Titanium Skull.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. I think, again, it's the thing is like when you're up against these tank junglers in TCL.
We have discovered that Trundle exists.
Oh, we have the anti-Tokimon meme here. We've got the Teemo hover. I love to see that. Coming back out after Tokimon has hovered it every single game. And they're going to lock in the Trundle.
Yep. Preemptively locking in the Trundle there. As Titanium Skull will most likely pick Nunu or Sejuani. Oh, no.
He locks in the Hecarim.
Oh,
I love
no.
it. I love it.
Not
He's been
even
playing
close.
a ton of this in Flex Q. I didn't know if he was actually going to pick this, if he was just going to keep going for the tanks. He comes out with the aggressive Hecarim pick, and nothing better to complement that than with the Orianna from Control here.
Yeah, really good team comp looking like from Team Control over there. Well, we just got kind of more of the same thing we just saw from Trolls.
Well, the top lane pick is what pulls this all together. Are we going to see the Vlad?
Okay.
You know, I like that pick.
Yeah,
that's
that's
actually
a good pick.
really good pick. Now they're light on the CC. That is one problem. They are very light on the CC, but he picks the Vlad because it's literally a free lane in the Shen.
Yep.
Vlad
So I
is
guess
the
that's what he
ticking
was
time bomb.
thinking the whole time.
Yeah.
Leave up the
And
Shen, go Vlad.
And he's going to look to TP behind this bot lane and take the Ashe, Lulu, and Orianna and just drop that entire combo on them and kill them before they can possibly react.
Interesting to see that Trolls kind of hedged their bets and went with the Trundle there, assuming tank jungles were the only option for Titanium Skull. That Trundle is going to have significantly less value. as far as the jungle matchup. They just do still have the Shen to ult there.
I think I would have liked. Well, see, it's a problem. You can't play the Vi. So here's the problem: is that the only jungler, the only non-tank jungler that Espen's comfortable on is Vi.
I've
And so
seen a bunch of Jarvan games, but yeah.
So there's this mind game. Well, Jarvan, you're typically building tank too, and
Right.
so like.
But you're not going to
either
have the same kind of disadvantage that you have with the Sejuani passive and the Trundle ult. So it is a little bit more
Oh,
playable.
sure, but try. I mean, the point is, you're gonna ult in, and you're gonna try to ult 3 people, and then he's gonna ult you, and then you're trapped in your own ult with them. Like it's so what you do is either Espen picks the tank, either he picks the Vi, and then you're playing Vi into Lulu, which is not fun, or he picks the tank and he
don't
leaves the
want that.
Trundle up, and T-Skull already proved he wants to play Trundle, or he first picks the Trundle and lets T-Skull pick whatever he wants, and of course he's just gonna pick something. Like he was actually in a really bad
Yeah.
pick ban situation there.
That being said, I mean, Team Control had already shown one tank, so it's not like you're going to get 0 value out of the Trundle, but significantly depreciated value.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, here's the thing: if Hecarim goes in, I think you just immediately Trundle ult him. Like the whole thing about Hecarim
Yeah.
is he goes way far past the rest of his team. Don't even worry about the Shen. Like hopefully you can kind of kill the Hecarim before the Shen actually comes in. I will say that is the strategy though: is you take the Hecarim, you ult into the middle of the team, and you Shen ult right before he starts that. And by the time the fears lay off, then you can go taunt everybody.
Yep.
That's the thought
So
behind it.
what rune page do you think we're going to see from Titanium Skull? We got the Phase Rush, we got the Conqueror, we've got the Predator. What are we going to see?
So everyone, so the thing is like, I think he goes Conqueror. I will say I've been spending a lot of time watching like a lot of the pro builds recently, and they're
Phase
actually
Rush.
taking a lot of the Phase Rush. That's right,
Dude.
because
So strong.
it's so strong because as everyone knows, the Hecarim passive gives him AD, the more movement speed he
Actually,
has.
Phase Rush would be 200 IQ here because you're going to negate the a lot of the effectiveness of that pillar.
Actually, that's a good
Potentially.
point. There is effectively, so there is almost 0 hard CC. In all of the hard CC that's on this Bloodbath and Beyond team is very like.
It's in the bot lane.
Yeah, well, it's the Janna who can exclusively use it for peel, and then it's like the Ziggs W, and then maybe if you're incredibly lucky, you could like pop someone up for a second with the pillar, because I know that can happen.
Yeah. Well, you do have the
Oh,
Gravitum,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
you got that going for you, but that's only if Aphelios is allowed to auto-attack someone.
It's all incredibly conditional. Meanwhile, you have Assault, you have Orianna ult, you have the Hecarim who's going to go in and just wreak havoc on the backline, and then you have the Shen who can come in and play this front line. I'm going to be honest. I personally have a really hard time. I'm going to go with Control here. I'm going to say that Control wins this series.
Yeah, I would agree. I think their comp's just better. That being said, if you can get this Vlad to late in this game, they do stand a chance. Aphelios is going to bring a lot of late game damage as well.
But no, you were incredibly right. The phase rush and I he takes it. He has the phase rush. So yeah, the Trundle pillar, the Bloodbath and Yon, the E and the W, the Ziggs, bombs, the regular auto attacks from the Gravitum, and then the Janna W. That's all slowing effects, and the phase rush just pretty much destroys all of that.
Yeah, that's a really good play for this particular matchup.
Man, I am so excited. I am so excited to see this. I want to see. T-Skull has been, for the most part, impressing me in these matches. I know he might be silver ranked, but he is showing that he actually knows how to play with a team, and definitely does not play at that level, at a team level. I want to see him as deep as he can be with a Shen ult on him and an Ori ult following up. And I want to see him play as aggressive as he did that first and second game.
Yeah, we really haven't seen Titanium Skull on anything but a massive meatball so far, so this will be hopefully an interesting one.
Control's being nice. I wish he would have gone and gotten a little poke on Espen as he was dancing on top of the ball. Control's not BM enough for that, apparently. which surprises me. I would have of all people I expect to be incredibly BM, Control is probably at the top of that list.
But I think he would also be the one dancing on the ball, so...
That is true. That is true. He is a bit of a general troll.
Yeah, the band's been known to troll a time or two.
So, if you are a Team Blood, you are looking to stall this game out as long as possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, this Vlad, literally all game long, he can sit here and just hit Qs onto the Shen, and he can try to farm 10 CS a minute and just go absolutely batshit insane. He just needs to be able to get to that point first. Which isn't always that easy to do, especially with the comp, the T-Skull, the amount that he's been ganking the kind of comp that Team Control has. Yeah, the early push here on mid lane is pretty expected. Ori has the strong lane. Her kind of levels 1 through 5 are probably one of the stronger ones in the game. Tokimon gets his level 2 first. He actually goes in with a taunt in the Vlad Q bar passive, whatever that you call it, actually expires while he's taunted, so he's not able to get that taunt heal off. Yeah, that is, by the way, if anyone wants to know how you beat a Vlad, that is it. You have to go on him over and over and over again.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that was on purpose. Tokimon Panda really showing some mechanics there.
Yeah, it was pretty nice. He understood when his level 2 was coming.
And how to negate a lot of the return damage.
This is going to be, I think we're going to see a really nice lane here. Somewhat uncontested, but actually these two junglers are meeting here. Trundle's going to try and come and help Blood. But here the Hecarim showed up. Yeah, and Blood just kind of runs out through the bottom. He does have his phase rush, so it's pretty easy for him to get out on some of those trades. Nice trade from Tokimon. Unfortunately, there were too many minions on the side of Blood, and so he ended up losing the trade pretty exclusively just from minion damage. But so Trundle's actually coming in. Thought he was looking for an invade here. He's not looking for an invade. He's going to go and pick up these wraiths. Control actually sees that that's warded. Control just placed a ward over that. I really like that ward location. It's a great place to track where that jungler is going to be, and you actually see which direction he leaves out of it, and so you know if he's coming to you versus if he's pathing bot lane to try and get some camps there. So probably one of the better wards you can place in the early game as a mid laner to get that information. Of course, Hecarim is down. He's taking his scuttle. He's actually double scuttling this. That's an interesting... Or sorry, no, he's not double scuttling this. Sorry,
yep. Trundle
must
got
be
the top side there.
Trundle did get the top one, so he's just going there trading scuttles. The first dragon will be up soon. I don't think that there's any case where they're going to be able to take it. This is a pretty even bot lane. Both bot laners have actually started Cull.
It's going to be a fun one when both
it's going to be a fun
Cull.
farming bot lane. Yeah.
Oh boy.
We'll look to see our fun. We'll look to see our fun when Blood inevitably gets 3v1'd at 2 minutes from now and tries to outplay it as usual. That'll be our fun, and then Control. I think Control actually gets a solo kill this game. I do honestly think he's gonna be able to do it. He's poking the hell out of the Ziggs. Once he gets that first lost chapter and he just kind of comes back to lane and hits those crazy QWs, I think Ziggs is either gonna die or he's gonna have to run away from turret and lose like 30 CS.
Yeah, would really like to see some blue buffs on this Ziggs this game. And just to help him push that wave out, like we've been saying for 2.5 games now.
Yes, again. To all of you, team. Oh, we actually have a really nice fight here. Chaos is in with the Ashe. They hit the slow. Monkey's going in. He's taking the trades. And T-Skull's going to show up at the perfect time, and they're going to get the flash. I don't believe that was a... Yeah, there was not a flash. That was a cleanse and a flash heal from the Janna.
Yeah, 3 summoners for nothing.
3 summoners for nothing, and that's one of those things Ashe could do in the early game, is she can go get those couple pieces of poke, and she can just run you down. Like, Ashe is the one who decides when a trade ends. You don't get to decide when a trade ends. Because she will just chase you and keep hitting you over and over, and there's literally nothing you can do about it.
That's a good way to put it. I like that.
Yeah. I I remember playing against the Diamond 1 Rider Ashe player who went Bloodthirster first. And I experienced what that's like with the Ashe Lux lane.
Yeah. We have Espen starting out this drag with no support from his team, really? Okay.
Monkey can walk in and kill him, I believe. Toasty's here and he's trying to put down the damage, but he's actually losing the 1v1 to the
They can
Lulu.
finish. Nope. Not with Orianna coming down.
Control's here! Oh, Control whips the... Oh, I have no idea. Wow, he missed that horribly. Yeah,
to flash
still got
R.
the kill. Still got the kill, but yeah, I think he missed the initial Q, and it actually wasn't even close to being where he thought it was going to be. He's just going to miss the whole ult.
Yeah.
What he did is he did force them into the rest of his team, so...
Yeah, I think they
thing.
had enough bot lane pressure to start that dragon, but Tiny Rick and base, so you can't.
Yeah, that's you can't. That's kind of been the moral of this story. Is a lot of fights this series without Tiny Rick. Part of that's Tiny Rick's fault. Part of that is the fact that he obviously is getting poked out too much. But they need to communicate and say, "Hey, I'm not here. You shouldn't be taking fights without your Ziggs."
Right. Exactly.
And whether you like it or not, Ziggs is a lot of your damage in this game.
Right, and they had initiated that dragon play, so it's not like they were going to lose it if they just didn't go there.
Yeah. Wow. This is interesting play, but you know what? We still have a close game, and in the scheme of things, it's not going to mean much. Orianna did kind of make the whiff play here. I would like to see him continue farming. He's already at his 10 CS a minute. That's the good news. And go and hit some really crucial ults with the rest of the CC. As Zolik was saying in the chat here, you have a Hecarim Ori. Like, that's a pretty easy thing for you to execute on if you do it right. And so just go do it. Just go do it over and over.
Yep. Tiny Rick not really farming that bad, but Control just outmatching him here.
Yeah, he's really not.
Advantage.
I mean, the thing is like Control kind of knows. Control kind of knows that he's not going to get pressured, and so he could just sit mid and like farm his 10 CS a minute, poke a little bit, do his own thing. At the end of the day, he's going to be the first one to win on these roams because somehow he's out wave clearing his Ziggs.
Yeah, he's been playing against the same Ziggs for 2 games now, so I think he's got a read on Tiny Rick.
He does. Top lane is going as expected. Oh, we actually have a kill here. That was an Ashe ult. Yep, that was an Ashe ult used. Interestingly, the cleanse is just now coming up from Toasty. His cleanse is just about to come up.
There it is.
Oh my gosh, wow. He was literally 5 seconds off the cleanse. He gets hit with the Ashe ult.
And
it almost looks
immediately
as
knocked
if
up
he died.
with the Lulu ult. Spirit not level 6 yet,
Spirit's
so...
Spirit's still level 5. I don't really know how that happened. This lane has been even. There's really no excuse for Spirit to be level 5. I don't know what he was doing. But yeah, that's such a huge thing in bot lane. It's almost more important than every other lane. Oh, but we've got Blood here. He's here on the TP. He's gonna go for the 2v2. Toasty is back. They're gonna hope they can get this kill. Blood is on the Lulu here. He's got his second Q coming up. He doesn't really have a whole lot of damage after this, but he's gonna keep going. Oh, he has the flash. Yep, he's gonna be able to tie that up. Really nice play from Blood there. He timed that perfectly. But here at the top side, Espen
just trying to hold the wave after Blood went bot.
But he wasn't holding the wave. He was pushing it, because look where he died. Oh, but Controls here is going to find the double ult, the Janna shield, and the ult are on. Yeah, he's not going to be able to find anything here.
Not enough damage.
Yeah, Blood is definitely being a little over-ambitious here. We've definitely said that story before. He almost died there. But, yeah, they end up getting out in a nice play from Spirit to keep his team alive.
They're gonna stop this base. Yeah.
Oh! Oh my gosh, can they get on top of him? She does not have flash. They do get the slowdown. I don't know if he has any vision. They're gonna keep going on him, see if they can get this kill. If his W's up right here, he's gonna be able to find this. But no, the peel works. But it doesn't matter. The Lulu keeps him alive. The Ziggs barely does any damage, and Toasty has literally no damage to follow this up. Oh my god. These guys are smurfing. These guys are smurfing. He doesn't even care. He literally like flashes in or walks in 1 versus 3 and no one has any damage to actually kill him.
Yeah, that's 2 tower plates topside taken by Pokemon Panda as well in the meantime. This is not looking good.
It's not looking good for Toasty. I think, honestly, like Toasty, I would have done the same thing. He's sitting here, he's like, oh, you've way overreached, and then somehow the Lulu just keeps anyone from actually taking any damage in the first place. I will say he had the red and purple gun combo, which is one of the worst ones you can have, and so he didn't actually have a good gun combo to fight that fight.
It's going to be really difficult to stall this game out long enough for this Vlad now. He did get quite a lot of value, I would say, out of that teleport bot until he died. But even so, long ways to go on that.
I'm wondering, so Blood has an aversion, just like how Sandy Snake has an aversion to Orianna as a champion. Blood has an aversion to buying Proto Belt, which, as most people know, is the meta on Vlad. This is a typical start for Vladimir here. Pause real quick because we're actually getting the TP in. Looks like from the Shen, yeah, they're going to get on this Trundle, they're going to get the return kill, but Espen gets the smite. Really nice smite finish from Espen. I
actually think that's totally fine. You trade your jungler for a dragon. It doesn't feel great, but you have to prevent the dragon stacking here from control side if you want to make this game go late.
No, that's fine. The Trundle had to stay in. He ends up finishing. He gets the smite. The rest of the team walks out. Yeah, you're happy taking that. The Ziggs engages the wave clear mid to prevent. The control is going to get that one plate, but yeah, you're comfortable with that. You're totally happy with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Now Blood is going to have to really turn things on. He's going to need to get these first 2 items. Oh, but the Hecarim's going to come in with the ult here. The Assault's going to hit that Felios all the way in the back. Meanwhile, Spirits run down. Yeah, Felios, he didn't end up going for it. We did have a Shen ult, actually, but the Shen is up there. He's fighting against Blood, and I don't think he wants to ult in. They probably could have gotten 2, but I guess that would have just awarded the top lane tower to the Trundle and the Vladimir here. Espen sitting in that bush.
Espen sitting at a 4-level disadvantage to the top laner here.
Someone's got to tell Espen that when the lane's pushed in, you don't sit in the bush there. Okay, so, all right, he knows what to do here. He's going past. He's going to go. They're going to try to find the dive here. He's going to get the ult onto here. Yeah, the Trundle ult is not on. They called it off.
Yeah, I think that was a little risky. Espen's not super tanky yet, so...
He's not tanky. He's not tanky.
He's not tanky at all.
And the Vladimir didn't have ult, more importantly.
Yep.
With the Vlad ult, you could have gone for it, but yeah. Meanwhile, Titanium Skull is just standing at the Wolves, like, having the best time of his life here. No one's going to stop him. I want to see him dive the Ziggs. He's going on the Ziggs here. Yeah, he might finish this B. Yep, no, he's not going to finish the B. Ooh. He actually gets it on Ziggs, and yep, he's going to come. He's just going to get this kill. It's going to be a free kill. Oh, and he steals it with maybe 5 HP left. The pony runs in from bot to top side and gets the quick kill. And Espen's going to let him go. Kind of has to.
Espen popped the ult onto the Hecarim there, I believe, just to try and get away.
Blood is around the back. His ult is not back up yet. It actually is still down, so he's not going to be able to fight. That is a long cooldown early game.
Yeah, I think he built a lot of that cooldown reduction after he ulted as well.
And the siege here is just going to happen mid lane. There's really nothing to go against this. Once again, the Ziggs. Well, I guess the Ziggs just respawn. I was going to say, once again, he's in base. For one reason or another, he seems to always be in base.
Yep, that does seem to be a trend.
It does seem to be a trend. You know, I don't know. I don't really know if I wanted him on the Ziggs game 3. It is his best champion, but he's not able to do much with it. Like it ends up being completely ineffective. Yeah,
what's your pick there for Tiny Rick then?
Well, I guess that's kind of the hard thing too. I mean, he plays a little Xerath, for example. He can pull that out. He can play the long range. Like you just switch it up, do something. I guess is my
Tiny
point.
Rick always willing to play the Sona mid. What do you think about that?
Honestly, yeah, boy. Honestly, I like on one hand, I'm kind of like I want something different. On the other hand, like, dude, he's against control. By the way, we're 16 minutes into this game. Look at this goal difference. It's
large.
I don't know how many times I've seen like an 8,000 gold difference, almost 8,000 gold difference this early on in the game. You don't win this. Yeah, the Shen doesn't actually win this. Yeah, Blood should stay there and ulted. So look at Blood for once actually playing safe. He knows he could have literally just ulted and gotten that kill there, and instead he's like, but I might be getting ganked. And
I don't
so
think he actually had
play
enough
back.
damage to like get the kill completely in his mind, so that's why I think he held off.
Yeah, that's true. He's well, no, he should. He has almost his 40% CDR because what Vlad players do is they take the rune that gives the 10%, and for some reason I forget what that's called, and then they take the scaling CDR rune, and so what you do is you build the early Fiendish Codex, and then you build the early Kindle Gem, and you have like 40% CDR, like pretty much at the beginning of the game. And so, I don't know. I think he could have done it. I think he could have done it. But maybe he's heeding our advice. He's playing. Well, yeah. Now he knows the entire. Now he knows the entire blue team is posturing for this dragon, and so he's going to be playing up topside. Oh my God! The Hecarim goes in and he finds Tiny Rick. Oh, that is bad. Between the Lulu speed up, the Hecarim just going in, and Tiny Rick. I don't really know what Espen was doing there. Espen was not in position for that jungle. I don't foresee any reason why. I don't foresee any reason why your Zig should be up ahead of your Trundle.
Well, yeah, bot lane had returned to bot lane as well, so it looked like they had just called off the dragon altogether.
And then Zig,
Tiny
yeah,
Rick
maybe
getting
Zig
caught out with a slow there.
Yeah, yeah. Someone was where they shouldn't have been, and I'm not entirely sure who it was.
Yeah. I'd love to see Rick holding on to these Zig ults too. He's kind of throwing them up every time he dies, and he's getting nothing for him.
I want to see this team show up. The Trundle stand in front, the Vlad TP behind. Okay, so Vlad right here.
Vlad still has ult.
Well, he knows he's getting ganked, and so he needs to drop it here. He's gonna hit his heal. He's gonna get a little bit of a heal, but he's just gonna die. Oh, he gets. Oh, I forgot that the Hecarim here has the ignite.
That's
Drops
illegal,
the ignite
isn't
on
it?
him. It is illegal.
Pretty sure that's illegal.
Yep. Well, he did get the tower, so I'm not going to say that's not completely worth. He intentionally suicided. I think he knew people were coming for him, and he wanted to get that tower and open up the map. So I'm not going to necessarily say that was a bad play. Yeah. So this is Blood Mana. So he is a Vladimir player, but he insists on these weird builds he does because he hates doing the meta. He's building a second item Spirit Visage, which okay, that's great, but like your whole job is you need to flank and get behind this Orianna Ashe Lulu combo, and you need to blow them all up. And I'm telling you now, you're not doing that with a Spirit Visage.
Yeah, that's certainly gonna help his healing, but it's not like it's a full magic damage comp on Team Control's side that you would get serious value out of that.
Well, he kind of plays for this fantasy, which is like 1v5 in the middle of the team, endless healing. That's what he did on the Swain on the 1v4. Like, that is what he enjoys doing in the game, so I know why he does it. I don't think it's the best pick for the team.
I think he might get away with it this game, however, because we just have the Ignite on that Hecarim, which will, of course, be dropped down on every single time. But while that's down, I don't think this Ashe is going to build into any kind of early healing reduction, so might go okay for him.
Well, and again, if Blood can do his flanks, I actually don't think that it's going to be dropped on him all the time because he's going to be flanking from behind. Meanwhile, the only thing Hecarim actually does is go in and dive the front line, or rather dive the back line. So I don't think, I think he's pretty safe. We definitely will need to see an Executioner sooner than later from this from Chaos Storm here, who interestingly enough, instead of going into the second item, Hurricane, he's going for the
Essence Reaver.
Essence Reaver, yeah, it's not typical. You typically with one or the other.
Yeah, this should be a second item Infinity Edge or Runeins.
Oh, this poor Ziggs. Control just hitting. So once again, we find Blood too far up. He is 1v3. He's gonna get the heal here. He gets the Zanyas. His Q is gonna be back up with the heal. The Trundle ults, and he's still in it. He's actually living through it. Maybe that's why he's
the CDR coming in.
Oh, and we got the gigantic Aphelios with the stun from it, and he gets the ongoing damage with the Infernum. He's in really deep. What an incredible play from the Aphelios. Yeah, so Control's going to hit that really nice Orianna ult. It's not going to matter because the Janna's still up. They do get the return kill with the Shen ulting in, but ultimately they get that kill. What a really, really nice play, especially from Toasty there. He hits a 4-man Gravitum ult. And so he hits the Gravitum ult, and then he stuns 4 people, immediately pulls out his Infernum, and he like one-shots 2 of the backline.
Yeah, meanwhile, Ashe split pushing top lane. I assume that's why Blood's team called for the engage there. Don't know what that was about.
Yeah, I can't say I do too, but that just turned around the game.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily. They're actually still down 4K. That's how much of a difference that was.
They're down 4K, but they're not down 9K. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true. That has massively. And listen, your Aphelios is a hyperscaling champ, and your Vlad is a hyperscaling champ. And nobody really is that from. You got a lot of not die. You've obviously got the Lulu, but you don't really have anything that you would consider to be hyperscaling from this team Control here. And so if they can at least just wait for this game out, the Vlad scales he gets to is like 4 items. Yeah, I mean, this could be back in Blood's favor.
Yeah, we have Vlad ult up again, so we could be seeing another fight here.
So I think Critian's calling us in chat. I don't know that they actually fought. I don't think they went B to buy here. The Hecarim's in really deep. He's in 1 versus 5 against Lulu ulted, but he's going to die. Toasty dies to the Ignite. Toasty dies to the Ignite. The Vladimir's like 1 HP. He's going to end up getting the Janna shield. Espen's in. And they're going to keep going. Ziggs gets ulted here. So he's immediately going to get one-shot by this Orianna. Yeah, he's dead. Really, really nice play from Control. I actually thought Blood was going to get that, but yeah, they didn't have a chance to go B before that fight, so they didn't have any of the damage from all of that, all of the murdering that they did before that.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for Trolls RS. I think that's just, I don't know, that's just the gold graph at work, I think, right there. You just don't have those luxuries when you're down that far.
Well, in the gold graph, by the way, still says they were down 9K because Blood's team didn't buy.
Right.
That was the whole issue there. And they got the Herald. Oh boy, they still had the Herald charge. It's 23 minutes into the game, and they still had the Herald charge.
They laid that Herald right before they took that dragon fight.
So it was still alive.
Yeah.
Wow. Usually what it does is it pulls someone off to go address the Herald. They didn't address the Herald. They still won the fight, and then they went and got the Herald charge.
Took a long time for that to charge.
It really did. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is a good build from the Orianna here, who's building the cheap GLP item, taking the phase rush here. Really, really good against like the immobile mages because you can just walk up to the Ziggs and like slow him forever, and there's literally nothing you can do about it. And he's going to scale really quickly into this game. Smart man. He's finally building the Void Staff second. It's what he needed to do as the LeBlanc. I think he learned his lesson there.
Third.
And yeah, there's really nothing here. The dragon was just recently taken. Baron is obviously up. I think at this point you try to make a vision play as Control's team. You go, yeah, see, this is what they're doing here. There it is. Oh my god. But by the way, Spirit has I believe he has a pink ward in the Baron pit, doesn't he?
He just
no, he
just stepped up to lay a green ward there.
Yeah, well, you got to go with the team, and now you're seeing what happens if you don't. Really, really, really smart play from Control there. He lays the GLP, he gets the ult. I think he's BMing a little bit, is what I assume he's doing. Yeah, really smart play. Don't look for that big ult. Just get that kill. Now they can just go for Baron. In Blood sitting here looking at this like, yeah, I got a 1v5. That's the way I'm going to win this, but look at it. Yeah, look at Control just slowing him. He actually can't even walk up to it. Meanwhile, Shen is in, and Shen has the healing reduction on the Blood. He might be able to 1v1 Blood here. Oh my god, Tokimon goes in and he 1v1's Blood. Blood couldn't even get his last Q off for the heal, and he just dies. He didn't even do anything. He just sat there and died to the Shen. I think Control said, all right, we're done playing games. You kiddies can go home now. We're a better team than you. we're gonna teach you how to win a game. And yeah, this is looking really, really convincing from Control's team. Oh, and the beautiful ult right there. They get the Ashe ult onto the Ziggs again, but the Janna actually saves him. What an incredible amount of heal from this Janna.
Surprisingly killed neither of them there. I thought they were both dead for sure.
That was exclusively because of Spirit of Fate's Janna there. He gets the shield onto the Ziggs to prevent him from... Espen just walks in and then flashes out. I'm not sure what that was about. I don't know if that was a fat finger or miscommunication or something. Wow, Tokimon showing up to play. Hecarim is, or sorry, Vlad is deep in the backline. He TP'd behind. Right here, Chaos Storm, the Ashe got the Lulu ult. Toasty is really far up. Toasty's actually gonna live with all of this lifesteal. Unbelievable that Toasty lives there. He was literally at 1 HP and he ends up living through that.
Yeah, they just won that fight down like AK and Baron buff.
Oh, and he's back in. He drops everything. He just drops the ult there, but he's actually going to be Orianna ulted. He's going to die. Spirit of Fate's way too far up. He's trying to help him. I like the play from Vlad, but yeah, the Baron buff was still up.
That was so close to working out. He needs to live there through that Orianna ult, and he kills 3 of them, and they're totally fine for the next 5 minutes.
And I don't think he had Zanya's anymore. If he, we'll have to see if you pull up the items again, see if he has the Zanya's. Oh, he has it. He has Zanya's up. I don't know what to say about that.
Maybe he died in the CC. I'm not sure, or wasn't up yet. But either way, he's dead now.
Yeah, well, that to me that was kind of his chance to pull back this game.
Yeah, it was very close.
Yeah.
Ashe coming in with a healing reduction now as well.
Well, and again, listen, this is a hyper-scaling team. The Vladimir is showing up, despite I kind of hate his item build. Like, the Spirit Visage doesn't do anything if you die before the ult healing gets back to you. You know what I mean? at that point, you need to build AP.
You're not wrong.
You need to build AP.
This is going to be sold for Team Control as well. They will not.
And by the way, if he was full AP, he would have killed all 4 of them right there, guaranteed. Yep, this is going to be your Ocean Soul, which, by the way, against a Shen, a Hecarim that wants to run you down, and a Lulu, Ocean Soul is so incredibly hard.
Yeah, you got the healing on top of the shields. How are you going to kill him?
And the Ziggs, by the way, instead of going for something a little cheaper that can help, he went for the second item, Death Cap.
That is not going to be completed before the end of this game, I don't think.
Typically, you do that for the strong wave clear. It is definitely the strongest wave clear option in the game. So I can understand conceptually why you do that. I would have liked to see a Morellonomicon.
Vlad almost level
even
16 here. That could be huge.
Now his TP isn't up. He wants to wait until he can get a really nice TP flank on this. He is posturing for the side, but look at this Ashe. The Ashe can just walk in. Now the Aphelios actually hits the... Oh my god, Control hits the massive, massive damage. The Aphelios went into the Gravitum Q. It didn't matter, but look at this Aphelios. Look at the Ziggs damage right there. Look at this Bloodbath and Beyond, and unfortunately he's going to get melted down. It kind of looked like there was a chance, but the Ocean Soul was just so incredibly strong. I think this is going to be the series. This could be the end of it. Almost a good fight from Blood. That was looking a lot. It was a lot closer than it looked at the end of it because
that
of the
mid lane
fight.
Just had to go the other way, and then maybe they can hold on long enough.
It did. It did. It did. Well, that was a really, really exciting series there. The Blood coming back with an incredible fight in that bot lane fight. I thought that was kind of going to be it, and I thought they were going to be able to pull the game back up. But I will say I am unbelievably impressed about how Control's team came back from that fight and said, "Yeah, that's the last time that's going to happen."
Yeah,
that ain't ever happening again.
Yeah, they did.
All right, fine. You got us once.
Kind of put a stop to it, and yeah, that was that. That's a lot of Orianna damage.
Yep. That's a lot of Orianna damage. That's Trundle less damage than the Lulu. Again, at that point, what are you even going to do? You didn't really have a lot of chances there. I will say, I'm going to keep harping on this. The Vlad did less damage than the Ziggs. Your Diamond 2 Vlad player shouldn't be doing less damage than your Gold 4 Ziggs player. you need to build AP.
Yeah.
If he builds AP in your flat, like he plays to go and flash on the back line. He did it during that fight. That's the way he
Yep.
wants to play the fights. If you just have AP,
And I
instead of the second
totally
and take item-
understand a Spirit Visage later on in the game, maybe last item or something. But as
Yeah.
your second item, it's just not. You're already weak in the early and mid game, and it just makes you even weaker.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, what an incredible match. That was really, really fun to watch. Everyone in Twitch chat, I hope you had a great time watching. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, what an incredible middle of the week here. We have our last match coming up on Thursday. That's going to be Team Abarn versus Team Droid. The two casters
of
here.
us.
Yeah, it's true. Droid, what's your analysis? What's going to happen?
Easy 2-0 for me. Are
Easy
you
2-0, yeah.
you even going to show up or?
Oh, I'm going to show up. I'm going to show up, and you don't even know what we're planning for you here. We've got some dank picks planned for this game, and we're really going to have a good time. And we're going to make sure that you, Twitch chat, have the most fun during that game.
Hey,
watching us beat up on Droid.
Oh, whoa, hey.
So cool. Hey, thank you everyone for tuning in. Had so much fun, and look forward to seeing you all Thursday.